Happy Friday. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me correctly because apparently I'm connected to the wrong internet. A bitch got Spectrum and AT&T, and I'm connected to the wrong one, but we're going to make it do what it do. Soon as you tell me if you can hear me or not, hit 1 for yes, 2 for no. Happy goddamn Friday. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I see some ones up in here. House cleaning. Lady Con George, you're still not connected. And Cries Logic, I got you in the back, and we getting ready to pull you up in a second as soon as I do my shout outs. Because I'm old as fuck and I can't do 3 and 4 things at the same time. Optimistic is clearly in the building. Gravity Onyx is here. Medusa. Hey, lady. We have Coffee. Faye Valentine. Juanita Denise. Just Soul is here. Poison Kiss 201. Where you been, girl? Welcome back. Kiara Washington Speaks is here. How are you? Enlighten is here. Kama is here. Unseely's here. Jolie is here. I mean, the clan is in the building. Mi Amor is here. And Sugarberry is here. I see Scorpio in the building too. Well then. First off, let me start out by saying nobody is really in danger when a Dusty is around, but you and your children. Truth be told, Dusties are scared of everybody except for you and your kids. They're scared of each other, cops, other groups of men. You know how it goes. It's just like that. And that's the way it is. So I'm getting ready to show you a little something where the provider protector class, I'm clearly being very, very facetious right now, is going ahead and protecting y'all from various things. Yes. Let's get it popping. Let's go. And that's not a fake clip. That motherfucker is at his bond hearing twerking in court. Yeah, we're not making shit up. Let's check this out real quick.
Hey, get out there, too. I just want to show that dog. Oh.
I know y'all remember this shit, right?
Yeah. Oh, he can get through that gate.
Did you see how fast he got up that car? Him, his high blood pressure, diabetes, and everything else that's in his pre-stages got up that car like an Olympic champion. That baby girl that's with him. Now, mind you, these are the type of men that are threatening to beat your ass, kick everybody in your house's ass, and all kind of shit. They gonna whoop everybody ass. And soon as a dog comes out, this motherfucker, fuck the baby. I'm getting on top of the car. Let's break this down. Y'all can hear the terror in that baby's voice. I hated uploading that shit because I had to hear it on a loop because I was trying to get it in here right. That baby is terrified. It didn't even pull at his heartstrings to say, maybe I should get my dumb ass off this car and help my child.
No. You can't get out right there. No. Lord have mercy. Get your house.
Look at this son of a bitch. Did you hear what he told the little girl? He said, stop crying, Nana. Bitch, you stop crying. Why don't you snatch her by the arm or something? You on all fours with the motherfucking dog, nigga. That baby, though, her screams, it's her screams for me.
No. You can't get out right there. No. Lord have mercy.
I can't. Right. Let's go. Okay? Because that's all I see. Next clip. Now, we were speaking about the Olympics a second ago, the way that nigga climbed up the top of that car. Well, here's the hurdling event. The hurdling event includes being petrified out of your dusty ass mind and jumping over the baby to get in the house. Oh, I'm lying? Okay, let's see if I'm lying.
I stopped fucking with it for a minute because, you know, they got a dog in their car, bro.
I'm sorry, panel, let me let Cry's Logic up here because I'm going to tell you something. I ain't never seen that type of jump outside of a sporting arena. Cry's Logic, welcome to the panel, honey bunny. Sorry they had kept you in the back for so long.
No problem. Thank you for having me on.
Listen, Shane, what? Did you see how he hopped up over the baby so high that he didn't even clip the baby's head? Do you hear me?
Yes.
And I'm infuriated.
Got it.
Yes. And not only did that one jump over every damn thing to get in the house, the two that grabbed the kids, they still didn't have enough sense to put the kids behind them. It looks like they're using the kids for shields.
As a shield.
Well, check it out now. We're going to take it back a little bit, right? he wasn't gonna get the baby at first. He knocked the chair over and then he saw, he was like, fuck it, let me get the baby because he's in my reach. Let me take this back just a taste. Don't make no goddamn sense. Oh, there's fuckboy again.
Just chill, bro. Just chill. I stopped fucking with it for a minute because, you know, they got a dog in their car, bro.
Y'all, when I saw this, all I could do is put my head down because I have spewed enough rhetoric till I just was done. I had nothing left. I had nothing left in my throat to say, to speak of the cowardice that we see every single day with these motherfuckers. But they will threaten to slap the piss out of you, won't they? Cries Logic, what you got?
Hi DZ. I'm new here, so I just want to say I absolutely love your channel. Like, you are so funny. You have me at work laughing out loud all the time, looking crazy. But yes, I just found you about 3 weeks ago, and you are just so enlightened. You're hilarious, but everything you say is just so factual. It's so truthful, and I just love the fact that you're using your knowledge to like educate younger girls and just even older women, just like wake them up, because we really need to snap out of this bullshit. Like, we really act like we can't see our men. We don't see how cowardly they are. We don't see them acting a fool in real life all over social media, just making the Black community look absolutely crazy. And you still have mammies constantly caping for them, like they're not
Cries Logic,
seeing this.
even with this clip right here, let's change the whole scenario because I don't see any mammies talking about this. So this, if this was a police dog coming after a Black man, there would be endless videos, even in my recommends, talking about police reform. But when the dog coming towards the baby, and that's y'all babies, that's your babies, I guess it's better for the baby to get mauled to death before you break a nail. Thank you, Cha-Cha Girl. I appreciate you. I'm glad y'all march went well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's disgusting. In the Black community, we really do baby the Black man. Like, we treat the Black man as if he's the women and children of the community. And I don't understand why we do that. Like, has it always been like that since the beginning of time? Like,
yes.
Yes, it has. And it will
is,
continue to be if enough, a critical mass of Black women don't wake up and get the fuck out.
And I had no idea that it was this bad, because in my personal life, I hadn't like experienced any like super awful traumatic experience with Black men or anything like that. It's when I got on YouTube, because I'm a small YouTuber. So I got on YouTube and I started making content. I think my first video was talking about Megan Thee Stallion and how we need justice for Black women. Like, we need to protect her and how Tory Lanez should be in jail, et cetera, et cetera. I didn't know how crazy and delusional and just effed up in the head Black men were until those men literally got in my comment section telling me how Black women ain't ish.
Girl, don't get me started on the comment section. They be down there throwing that pussy in a circle. I don't even reply. And if they get too jiggy, I just go ahead and delete it because their opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. If you're listening, your goddamn opinion doesn't matter to anyone except for mammies.
And then what really made me like done with them, I'm what you call, I guess, a fence sitter, right? But what made me really just recently become just so fed up and disgusted with these men is like, I made a video about Brother Polite, right? And I'm talking about how his material is found on this 14-year-old girl. And yet, and still, you have men still under my comments, men and women, telling me that, oh, she's lying, oh, this, that, and the third, oh, innocent until proven guilty, oh, the white man trying to take him down. I'm like, the white man is trying to take him down, but you Black niggas, you animals, are literally out here molesting. No, you guys are literally taking away the innocence of Black girl at a 60% rate before we even hit the age of 18. And y'all got the nerve to come up here and talk about we promiscuous and we this, but you don't have an astral.
Cries Logic. Guess what? They're gonna deflect. Their stats are so bad that they simply can't talk about it. To talk about it would be an instant L after the first sentence. So they're gonna come up and talk about your weave and talk about you being a hoe and talking about all that shit. Yeah.
And that's all they can say. They're literally out here raping and killing us. But the first thing they want to come up here and say, Black women, y'all making bad love decisions. Okay, y'all wearing too much weed, too much makeup. Like, what are you talking about? Y'all don't want to talk about the fact that y'all shooting up the communities. Y'all making it unsafe out here. Y'all are using your women and children as human freaking shields. Look what's going on the border.
Christ Logic ain't bullshitting. She ain't bullshit. She heard it was smoke night and she bringing smoke.
Yes. Like,
thank you, Lady Blackskin. I appreciate you. Let me ask Eclectic Mood, do you have anything in that white powdered donut Dusty that couldn't control his dog? He doesn't get a pass either. You nigga adjacent white powdered donut Dusties, you don't get a pass either. Why are you even out there? Why are you even out there? You can tell that's an awful neighborhood. What are you coming to buy? Get your ass back in that car and take that mangy fucking mutt with you.
He's a wigger.
Pretty much.
We don't like those.
Eclectic Mood, what you got, baby girl?
Hey, first of all, I just want to say I'm so happy I found you.
I'm glad you found me too.
When I listened to you, I'm like, this is my tribe. I didn't think women like you existed. But I've been divested from Blackistan since forever. Watching that video, it just reminds me of how, especially little Black girls, they're just not protected. Even that woman, I mean, she didn't even jump to that girl's rescue.
She moved really, really slow, and I thought that was like, what? But the thing is, she looking at the daddy like, if you don't give a fuck, what am I supposed to do? So the fact that she came down there and said, you see how she followed his lead, sorta?
Mm-hmm.
That's what mammies do. It's like, okay, if he ain't worried about it, I'll get down here when I get down here. And she told the dog to get his ass in what?
Right. Nobody cared about that little girl. She's screaming bloody murder because she's terrified of that dog. I mean, I would be too if I was a little girl. And he's doing what he does. Nothing.
It would have taken
someone
that
to
dog.
save him. So
it would have taken that dog less than 60 seconds to kill that kid.
Y'all,
less than 60 seconds.
She said we at 1,071 as of October 1st, which is today. And she says, stay safe, ladies. Black Femicide, y'all are doing God's work. I ain't doing shit compared to y'all. Y'all are doing God's work here. And that number, it just gives me chills because every time I see you post, the number is just steadily climbing. And we got people taking up for motherfuckers that's clearing hurdles on top of babies. Let's go back a little bit because I want you to see what you're taking up for.
I stopped fucking with it for a minute because you know they got a dog in their car, bro.
And y'all running. How I grabbed
So yeah, also with your cowardly ass kings and warriors, I guess jumping over the baby to get away from the dog is a little bit better than using the baby as a shield to guard you from bullets, huh? Because that's what's coming up next. Let's go, ladies.
Also learning more about the shooting of an 11-month-old baby in North Philadelphia last month. That baby, Yasim Jenkins, remains in critical condition. Authorities say the child's father, 25-year-old Nafis Monroe, used the child as a human shield while trying to buy drugs with counterfeit cash. Monroe was arrested over the weekend and charged with recklessly endangering another person and endangering the welfare of a child.
He was using counterfeit money to purchase drugs, knowing that counterfeit money is something that is very upsetting to drug dealers. And when they find out that they're being burned with counterfeit money, they act violently.
The alleged shooter, 29-year-old Francisco Ortiz, is charged with attempted murder, and police say that there is a connection between Ortiz and the deadly shooting of 2-year-old Nicolette Rivera. Police say the gun used to kill Rivera was given to the suspects in that case by Ortiz.
Okay. He picked up the baby, and I forgot to download a picture of the baby, but the baby was gorgeous. I hate that it came from him, but the baby was gorgeous. Not saying that a facially challenged baby should be subjected to such an animal, but y'all, he used the baby to shield him from some drug dealers that he had just given some fake money to. So you know they was dumping, right?
That's some New Jack City shit.
Man, listen.
But this is not the first time. You heard about the man, I think it was a drug situation too. He was taking his maybe 4-year-old daughter to McDonald's or something like that, and they started shooting. He literally ducked down and let his daughter take 7 shots to come
I think that
online.
was in Chicago, and she was 7. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then he said, I wouldn't die for my daughter, but I'll die for the guys. I'll die for the gang. Like,
I remember that.
Yeah, these idiots, they have no compassion for their children. They're just devils.
Karen Truth, I know you fixing the drag. I know you saw both of those clips, all 3 of them. How you doing tonight?
Hello, Miss Archduchess. I'm fine. Thank you for today.
No. I am the zealot. Oh, hi.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I kind of confused because I watch the both of you and the Miss Zealot. Thank you for today. And I'm going to say I am very annoyed by the footage, and it's like animals have more parental instinct than these men. And it is so annoying to know that there are still women that are giving birth to children for this kind of men.
Yeah, there's somebody on their back right now giving birth to another Dusty. You better believe it. One is born every couple of minutes.
Part. That's the most annoying thing in the whole scenario. I don't care about them. I don't care about these men. I don't even care about the African men. I don't care about any Afro men at all. Because at the end of the day, they are all the same. They all behave like, in fact, animals have more class, I would say. Because even the male animals, they have more parental instinct than this. I don't like calling them men. I just say males because that it is what it is. They are specimens, and that it is very shameful that there are some women this day that sacrificing themselves in the labor room to bring forth these evil demonic beings. So
yeah,
it's not funny.
Well, here's the deal. There's a lot of bitches, and yes, I'm gonna call them bitches because at this point, your adversary. Your adversary, if you're still taking up for them, knowing that they're fucking us up every 6 hours, yeah, bitch, you're an adversary that will sit up there and, like I almost put in the title, sacrifice you for them. And I'm going to show you guys that in a second. Okay. Now imagine getting with a guy, right? A Dusty, getting pregnant by him, meeting his father, thinking that they have a well put together family, but you find out the family's not well put together. You don't take the red flags and you don't leave. You proceed to get pregnant by him. Let's see what happens next. Once this twerking fool knock it the fuck off. I can't stand the asses.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ashley Hinson in for Shannon Cake. Welcome to the Now South Florida. Well, there is a lot of anger and pain to go around this afternoon in one local community. It is just one day after the Indian River Sheriff said a man used his pregnant girlfriend as a human shield when he opened fire on.
Did you hear church? Did y'all hear the church? The doors of the church is open. This girl is pregnant and the feds show up with some pistols. They start shooting at the cops. The cops shot back like you're supposed to do when somebody's shooting at you. And the only one made it out of there was him and his dusty ass daddy. Homegirl died and so did the baby. But it gets worse. It gets worse.
Deputies trying to serve a search warrant. That woman died and her boyfriend and his father are in jail right now. Let's get right to the Now's Alyssa Hyman live in Gifford, Indian River County with the very latest. Alyssa?
Ashley, the sheriff's office says Andrew Coffey III and his son Andrew Coffey IV are career criminals, despite the fact that several people in this community are questioning and are frustrated about the sheriff's actions.
This is the father and son who prosecutors say opened fire on Indian River County Sheriff's deputies as they tried to serve a warrant. Early Sunday morning, they both went before a judge Monday and spoke out during the hearing, telling very different stories. The father, Andrew Coffey III, denied the drugs the deputies recovered were his.
The pills are his pills. They weren't my pills.
Good father. He threw his son under the bus. Very good. We got a nice little family reunion going here. Let's go.
But his son, Andrew Coffey IV, decided to thank the judge.
For the record, I would like to say I'd like to thank you for showing pretty much mercy on me today.
Now, what's coming up next is what we were just talking about. That Dusty that y'all see in front of y'all, his motherfucking mammy is getting ready to come up. Now, her granddaughter, her grandbaby, unborn grandbaby, dead. Her son's girlfriend, dead. When she comes on here, if you are a betting woman, bet your life savings real quick. Who do you think she's taking up for and advocating for when she gets up there? Anybody on the panel want to take a goddamn guess?
The Dusty.
Her son?
Ah, you won the jackpot. Let's hear this dumb bitch.
He works 2 jobs now. He was trying to get his life right.
After court, though, the younger Coffey's mother didn't hold back. She accused the sheriff's office of targeting her son because of the family's long criminal history.
All I'm trying to say as a mother, this investigation need to be done thoroughly. It need to be done right.
Meanwhile,
fuck the grandbaby, fuck the girl. Y'all targeting my son. He got 2 jobs. Mind you, he just got out of a shootout with the fucking feds, y'all. I told you these mammies are dangerous as
I
fuck.
could slap her silly. Oh my God.
She said they're targeting him, but they literally just said this man had a long, extensive criminal record. So who the hell are they supposed to look at? They're not supposed to be looking at the criminals?
Oh, no, you're not supposed to be doing that.
No, not if you're a black man.
And that's her son. Her son.
That's her son who used this pregnant.
Yeah, exactly like the R. Kelly case. Having some women in the R. Kelly case supporting this man, it was so disappointing. I even had one in Twitter writing, "Oh, maybe they have to build a studio for him in the prison." And I said, "What is wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you?" It is.
Well, calm down. You know they're targeting him because he's black, correct?
No, he's a fucking criminal.
Like, I really would take my earrings off and fight the mom.
I would beat her down right where she stood.
Definitely has that punchable face.
Yes, I want to beat the stamps and the brake pads off this bitch. No, you didn't. What about your unborn grandbaby? Huh? What about the mother of the girl that was murdered in the middle of your son's Wild Wild West gunslinging contest?
Right. And I also heard them say that the community was upset at the sheriff's action. I'm like,
it's coming. It's coming. Your blood pressure finna go up. Let's get that blood pressure up.
It gets worse?
Back at the Gifford house Monday, you can still see the bullet holes from where the gunfire erupted. The sheriff's office said its SWAT team was trying to serve a search warrant related to drugs, but once the deputies faced gunfire, they had no choice but to fire back. The sheriff said Sunday Coffey IV used his pregnant girlfriend as a human shield.
Cowardly actions on their part to resist law enforcement, to shoot at our deputies when they're trying to execute a search warrant. I mean,
and that young mother, 21.
That protest right there, y'all, is not what you think it is. They're protesting the police shooting, not the niggas that started shooting. They said that this is race-based, and they're not protesting for the baby. They're protesting because somebody got hurt, and the police need to be abolished. Here come Auntie.
1-year-old Arteria Wood died of a gunshot wound from the sheriff's deputies. That sparked protests and pain from her family and the community.
Her mama is grieving, her father's grieving, the family's grieving. 2 wrongs don't make a right. And we need some answers to what happened to my...
Nah, bitch, we need some answers about that lemon pepper wig you wearing up here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bullshit.
Oh my God.
I could snatch that. That is snatchable. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Answers for what? Why y'all didn't ask for answers when he was slinging drugs in y'all community?
That's why they think we're stupid. That's
These folks are
why.
remedial.
Oh God, these people are retarded. Okay.
I don't even know what to say. Sometimes I think they're glitching in front of me.
This is some
This is the
inbred
very
stuff.
type of woman that black men would never ever come to bat for. They would say that she's, she's unattractive, she's this, she's that. They would never ever stand up for a woman like this, but here she is caping hard as hell on national TV for this coward. Like, I don't understand this.
And when he gets out, if he gets out, I hope and pray that he comes and re-terrorize your neighborhood. Since you want justice, whatever that looks like, I hope you get it. Everybody else need to move the fuck out, and you get the justice that you deserve.
Right, and I hope they abolish the police in her neighborhood, so them niggas could really terrorize her ass.
Divested OG got some good shit on the defunding of the police today. Me and her was going back and forth, and it's just, y'all, with all this happening, the dogs, the shield, the shooting, the warrants, people dying, fucking pregnant women dying. You got us on the other side asking to defund the police. Divested OG.
Don't get me started. My blood just got the boiling.
I'm getting you started.
Yeah, I can't. I can't with these people. I can't with these people. And see, here's the thing. This has happened because somewhere back in history, the black man told black women that we had our futures were entwined. Now, our futures are only entwined if we stay in Blackistan and believe their bullshit and birth their babies. If we walk the fuck off, they're going to be stuck in the communities with themselves, and then they'll kill themselves off, and we good.
Yo, they better walk off before they can't, because that girl that was pregnant in this here story, she can't walk off. She can't walk off anymore. And I'm begging people, while you can get away, go.
Our destinies don't have to be tied.
It's true. But the part that's so sad is these people are birthing children. Like, these children can't help with who they're born to. And that's what really breaks my heart, because I would just let these people kill themselves off. But what about the children? Like, that little kid did not deserve that.
No, but when I was a kid, I didn't deserve living in that kind of shit either. But I had sense enough to walk off.
A lot of these mammies are religious as fuck, and the Bible says you will pay for the sins of your father. They never quote that shit. Your father's a drug dealer and your mother's a mammy. The kids end up having to pay for that. It's unfortunate. Wow. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. I'm telling you, they won't stop having them. They won't stop defending them. They are in a mammy psychosis. Literally. They are in a mammy psychosis, just on autopilot, just fucking niggas left, right, and center, knowing they ain't worth a damn. Blue Diva, your device is not connected. And Kelsey, I saw that you dropped off. If you want to, come back up, sweetie.
But it just scares me, because these women are literally gonna birth the new set of mammies, the new, baby mamas, the new, all the bad stuff. This is what they're putting forth into the new generation, and I hate it so much, because it's like the pattern will never end. It'll never die.
No. The mammies are birthing the downward spiral.
I swear.
And the spiral gets worse and worse each generation. It keeps going down the hole.
And you know what really pisses me off? Like, I had this one mammy, she's a YouTuber, and she made a 3-hour-long live dragging me and telling me, what is the white man doing for you and blah, 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 blah. Mind you, this is a mother of 4. She has 4 kids, 4 different baby daddies, all of them black. God. None of them ever took care of their kids. None of them in their life couldn't get them no school sneakers, nothing, right? She'd be on Sinetta's channel, crying about her baby daddies. And you got the nerve to ask me, a black woman, what the white man did for me, as if he's supposed to do more for me than all 4 of your black baby daddies who done abandoned you. What did the black man that you caping for do for your ass? and they don't like to answer that question. They just
She
like to talk
can't
about
ask
the
me
white
no
man
shit
all
like
day.
that. What the white man does for me, make sure the water is filtered,
Oh.
make sure houses are built correctly. They keep the electricity on, the streets stay clean. They have the FDA, Food Drug Administration, make sure ain't no shit in the food. They create vaccines. They do all
Welfare
kind
for
of
these
shit.
dusties.
Right. Don't ask me what the white man has done for me, because you don't have time for me to answer you. Don't you got to work in the morning for that nigga?
Oh, same thing here, DZ. A car, nice house,
The hell?
safe
Right. My husband pays
neighborhood,
all the bills.
pays
Lady
all the
Conj-
bills. You know.
Lady Condra, welcome to the panel. I see you got your device working. What's up?
I'm sick of every fucking body. Like, I've been
You and me both.
I'm like
You and me
pulling out
both.
my hair. Like, how can people be this fucking stupid? It's
happens.
impossible. I can't. Like,
You listen, you can't expect for somebody that has what looks like a black leather strap across her head.
Y'all know what those
That
junior
looks like a
mints are?
fucking saddle. It looks like a saddle.
It looks
Y'all know
like
what those,
shoe
junior
polish.
mints
I know
are?
it looks like tar or something. Rubber.
A junior mint with like a Beatles hairstyle.
I'm telling you, she does
That
look
thing
like the
has to be
Beatles.
hot.
I
It's giving
can't
Chinese beauty supply.
made in Korea head ass.
Right.
I hate y'all.
Opinions are like, hey, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
I fucking hate mammies so much. I can't even put into words how much I hate this lady.
I
right now.
know. She's let me make you hate her a little bit more. Let's hate her some more.
Sheriff's deputies. That sparked protests and pain from her family and the community.
Her mama is grieving, her father's grieving, the family's grieving. Two wrongs don't make a right. And we need some answers of what happened to my niece on this.
Bitch.
She's a fucking dumbass.
Her niece.
She needs some answers.
Does that? Am I seeing that correctly? Is those two open face goals in the front of her mouth? Is that two open face goals? See, because when the mammies don't want to talk about the stats, they start talking about, oh, I bet y'all got bad weed too. I bet you look like you fuck white men. Well, let's talk about what you look like real quick. I know that's not open face goals up under that leather
That
strap.
is a touchdown. Touchdown!
She's saying two wrongs don't make a right. That's fucking wrong, because that's one wrong. Because they shut off the police. Like, what the fuck do you expect?
Exactly. Like, what were they supposed to do? Just get shot at, die, just to protect the black man?
They're retarded. They're just she needs a lobotomy. That's what she needs. She doesn't need answers.
Well, then if she needs a lobotomy, then a whole lot of mammies need the same.
Yeah, right here on this app. It's a couple of them, a few doors down on the YouTube street that need that same lobotomy. Okay? This is what we mean when we say mammies are dangerous. And usually, I know that you're a Christian, WSOG. I got you. But a lot of the Christians, they are some of the most dangerous ones.
Oh, I can drag them church straw hat wearing bitches. Okay? Okay? Those paper fanning, hot ass, crazy ass bitches. I can drag on them all day. And thank you, Jesus. I love myself.
I can't with you. I can't, y'all. But the Vested OG, can you go over? Hey, Lady Posh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. She said the mammy wigs look like Dora the Explorer. Let me get back. It does, though. It does. The only thing that's missing is it being even on both sides. Real talk.
Boots the monkey.
Oops. Oops.
Boots the monkey. Yeah.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with race. I'm putting that caveat out there. Yeah, Boots is an actual monkey. Is he purple?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not talking about black folk. We're talking about an actual monkey.
White brain swiping that wig.
But Divested OG, can you please help me go over this motherfucking judge assistant attorney.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. Let me share a picture of her so that y'all can see what the fuck we talking about. Cause let me remove this. So make no damn sense. Of course, the attorney is a mammy, y'all. Just warning you. All right, here we go. Just looking at her, what do you guys think she did?
Ate too many donuts.
Okay. That's all.
She's all
sorry,
your
Probably lost her job because of the dusty.
Actually, she's in the process of making crimes not crimes anymore. Divested OG, am I exaggerating?
No, you're not.
She's in the process of making certain things not crimes anymore, and she was passed through the Senate today.
Yeah.
What an evil bitch.
This is the same lady who said the best way to reform the police and the justice system is to become a prosecutor so you can decide what you want to prosecute.
Oh, I got the whole paper pulled up. If y'all want to hear it, it's Friday night. I got my popcorn if y'all want to hear this stupid shit she did.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Do tell.
Y'all ain't said nothing but a word. Shit.
We're here for it.
I know where the share screen button is. I might move a little slow on it, but I know where it's at.
Bring it on, DZ.
I got you. The name of this video is Just Read It. We have this actual simp named Ted Cruz, and he is a goddamn simp for not defending his wife against certain things, but that's a whole nother story. Listen to what is no longer going to be crimes fucking around with the mammy that ate too many donuts.
Telling prosecutors, you no longer prosecute crimes. We're not in the crime business anymore. In other words, we, the government, almost always, and in fact, I'll take out the almost always Democrats, say, given a choice between a violent criminal and an innocent citizen, we, the Democrats, choose the violent criminal. You may say, surely that is hyperbole. No one would be crazy, someone who meets that description, to be the U.S. attorney. Well, let's look at her record.
Yes, ma'am, a white simp. Don't believe what you heard. They claim we worship white men over here, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Don't believe that shit. Listen to what this woman did.
First of all, Ms. Rollins, in February, she was very candid that she came into the job of DA as a crusader. Here's what she said, quote, if you want to change the criminal legal system, become a prosecutor. Why? She explains why. Because you have, quote, the power to determine charges and what crimes to decline to prosecute. So that tells you matters about a prosecutor. The power to say, I won't prosecute these crimes.
Do you ever finish recording a video and realize you're doing a lot?
He kind of cute though. He was cute.
Well,
yeah, he was, girl. He was fine.
Reason and restraint. That's what our Democratic colleagues on this committee are suggesting. Well, let's look in writing, and I will say this document, it is entitled Appendix C, SCDAO, Declination and Diversion Policy. Boy, what an incredibly boring title, designed to mask a horrific policy.
Now he's getting ready to tell you what the lady that was on the other screen, the mammy, what people can do in her jurisdiction to people and it not be a crime.
I would encourage anyone, look, if you're watching this at home, and let's assume you have political leanings, you're a Republican, you're a Democrat. If you're a Republican, you're inclined to believe the Republicans on this. If you're a Democrat, you're inclined to believe the Democrats on this. Let me suggest something to you. Go read this document. I'll tweet out this document. Just read it. Read it yourself and then ask who's telling the truth. Because for all the Democrats saying, no. What do you mean she won't prosecute crimes? Let me read from the document she prepared. Charges on the list of 15 should be declined or dismissed pre-arraignment, so even before the proceedings start, without conditions. So we're not going to put any conditions on it. No matter what, just throw it out. We don't want to see these cases. And in fact, the next sentence says the presumption is the charges that fall into this category should always be denied. Always. So no wiggle room of, oh, just in some cases, always is what she wrote, even when attached to another charge. So if you have a multiple criminal, we just throw out these crimes. Basically, this is the prosecutor saying, I'm the legislature. Those pesky elected legislators that actually voted on the criminal code, I don't care what they say. I am erasing these crimes from the criminal code. Okay, let's see. Listen, there's some dumb laws. You know, maybe what she's erasing, I'll tell you, in Texas, it is still, I believe, a crime. Senator Cornyn may be able to confirm it, to carry wire cutters in your pocket unless they protrude 3 inches or more. Now, that actually goes back to the days of cattle rustling. You had a prosecutor who says, all right, we're not going to have an aggressive wire cutter in the pocket carrying prosecution unit. I'd be good with that. So maybe the categories of crimes that she says are no longer crimes in my jurisdiction, maybe they're that kind of thing, the stupid things. Well, let's start. What's the first one on the list? Trespass. Okay,
y'all want niggas trespassing on y'all property? Because trespassing is just the first thing he gonna do.
What the hell?
It gets worse, y'all. This is the mammy shit I'm talking about. When we say they're dangerous, I'm not saying they're gonna come up and knock the fuck out of you. That's for her Dusty to do. These mammies are more dangerous because they making it into law that these niggas can fuck you up. And
domestic violence.
Yes, and they're happy about the shit. They love it. Long as nobody, as long as the Dusty isn't hurt, everything's good. Keep going, simp.
I want everyone to think about this. And by the way, what's interesting is this is not just in red states. I want the people of Delaware to think about this. People of Connecticut, the people of Hawaii, the people of California or Georgia. Do you want laws against trespass enforced in your community? Well, according to this individual that the Democrats want to make the top federal prosecutor of the state of Massachusetts, trespass is no longer against the law. Someone comes into your house, onto your property, no biggie, ain't a crime anymore. All right, what else isn't a crime? Shoplifting. You know, all of us have seen the videos. I think
if you're not familiar with economics, when people shoplift, the store doesn't take an L. The other customers do. They just raise the price on you.
Exclusively in democratic cities of shoplifters brazenly breaking into stores and stealing and stealing and stealing and running out. And why do they do it? They do it, for example, in San Francisco, because you have a prosecutor there who won't prosecute them. So you know what? Hey, I like stores where the price of everything is zero. That'd be a pretty amazing thing. Not very good for the stores, not very good for the community. But this prosecutor says there is no shoplifting. Now, if you want to steal a bunch of stuff, this is your person. If you're actually a small business owner, if you'd like to not have it open season on people breaking into your store and stealing everything in it, that might concern you. What else? Larceny. Larceny is not a crime. Remember that she said these should always be declined to be prosecuted. Larceny is on the list. What else is on the list? Disorderly conduct disturbing the police. So let me ask you, the amazing thing.
You know why she did that? So that niggas can fight the cops. She also put on there that resisting arrest should be on there. So she just want motherfuckers knocking cops clean the fuck out. And then after he knock out the cop, he coming back after you because you was the original ass he was whooping in the first place.
How much you want to bet her Dusty is currently in jail? I'll put
ain't no telling.
No, how much you guys want to bet that she lives somewhere where they can't touch her? She lives in a very safe neighborhood.
That I will bet on.
Exactly. There you go.
Look, when we say they're dangerous, they are dangerous. Mammies scare me more than Dusty's, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I will talk to another black woman quickly in public, easily. You know, she looks like me, so maybe we got some stuff in common. But if she's a mammy, she's not thinking about me. She's thinking about what I think about Dusty's. And how do I feel about them being hurt and them being arrested and them being mowed down and them. Listen, I'm divested. Point blank period. I don't care what happens with them. And I suggest you guys do the same.
Yes, and they don't care because a lot of them are chucked full in law schools. Okay? They're making younger mammies every day.
That's a fact.
And a lot of them are in law school right damn now.
I was about to say, Black women are getting
Mhm.
educated more and more. We're going to college more and more and getting better positions. And just look at how we're using our power to literally take ourselves backwards. I
Yep.
don't understand.
Yeah.
It's gonna be to the point where you have to stop and think, is it a crime? Do I need to call the cops? You better get you some good running shoes at this point. Because if the lady on 911 tells you, well, we can't come out because he, it's not against the law for him to be in your yard. It's not against the law that he stole your car or stole out of your house. Y'all not gonna believe me, but breaking and entering is on. Fuck it. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Breaking and entering is on this bitch.
Soda. I promise you, there are a lot of moms that are not eager to discover that if someone is drunk and screaming and trespassing on their front lawn and urinating and defecating on their front lawn in front of their children and cursing at their kids, that, hey, according to the Democrats, not a crime, won't be prosecuted. And by the way, when that person comes back to your front lawn tomorrow and does it again, it's not a crime tomorrow either. Remember, always decline to prosecute it. So disorderly conduct is apparently not a crime. What else? Receiving stolen property. So it's good news. At least she's analytically complete. The shoplifters can steal everything in the store. They can take it to the fence, and the fence can then take everything in the store. If you believe that theft doesn't matter, that's a great idea. If you believe in actually enforcing the law, that's insane. What else is not a crime under the lawless administration of this supposed district attorney? Driving with a suspended license. Well, listen, that sounds pretty mild. I mean, a suspended license, that's a technical thing, right? What's the most common area typically where people lose their license? For driving drunk. Where do you get your license suspended? When you drive drunk. So if driving with a suspended license is not a crime, then apparently it is open season for people who've had their license suspended because they're repeat drunks because they endanger the safety of innocent people, of children. They get in a car and drive, they get pulled over, you don't have a license. Hey, no problem, keep on driving. Let us know when you kill someone when you're drunk next time. What else is not a crime, according to this radical? B&E, which all of us who watch Law and Order knows that stands for breaking and entering.
Told you.
Into a vacant property to sleep or escape the cold. Okay, that sounds kind of reasonable. All right, a vacant lot, it's cold, you're going there. All right, that actually on the list, you can understand the reasoning. If it's cold, you're breaking into a vacant lot. I mean, it's vacant, there's not anyone there to be hurt. You can understand that one. And at least she has the good sense to say it's got to be vacant, because that way no innocent people.
Those of you that are going to school or taking classes for real estate and wanting to flip houses and shit, yeah, they can come up and just break your windows out and sleep in there. No harm, no foul. You gonna have to fix the place up after he come in there and do what he got to do. What he's doing, I don't know. Drugs, sexually assaulting somebody. These seem small, but they are the gateway to more bullshit.
And
for
that
who was that?
will be used by squatters to try to lay claim to that fucking property too.
What about the traffickers? They can be storehouses for that too.
You know, I have to say that it seems like this actually might backfire pretty hard in the Dusties that she's so desperately trying to protect, because people aren't going to really have a reason to just not off them and just get rid of the body and not say a word about it.
Exactly.
I mean, people are just going to get tired of this shit.
Exactly. There are some people already tired. Yes, ma'am.
So let's say as a scenario, let's say one of these degenerates is trespassing on your property, be it your business property or, for example, your home. So I think in some states you can fire a warning shot or something. So would you be charged as attempted murder, or if you actually do end up shooting one of these degenerates, would that be murder, since it's not considered a law for them to trespass?
Well, if we get people like her in office, like it's happening right now, it probably will get you arrested in the near future.
Well, it depends on if you have a stand your ground law in your state.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
Yes, because here's I'm really worried about the trespassing and the breaking and entering.
Yes,
because I had a dusty stalker for 5 years.
See what I'm saying?
And I had a beautiful home there, and where I was, and that Mofo decided to stalk me. So if he can trespass, if he can break and enter, oh no, he's getting blown away. That's what I'm saying. So all of that's what DZ is saying. All of these laws may seem, that
It
may,
always starts out small. So,
yes,
because when you're in your house, before the Dusty gets in there, he has to trespass first by default. So
exactly.
that's the first thing he does. Now, he hasn't committed any crimes yet because he's just trespassing, breaking in. Maybe a technicality, because she just said B&E, he can come in that motherfucker while you sitting there shaking in your boots. So you have to wait until he actually assaults you to call in some instances. And that's incredibly fucked up, especially for a demographic like us, where every 6 hours, one of us dropping.
Yeah, like anyone with common sense knows that this is an absolute horrible idea, but this is a black woman doing this, and she's making it look like black women are the face for wanting to get rid of the police. We're the face for wanting to, decriminalize criminal acts. And that's just so dangerous. That's why no one takes it seriously when we're in dangerous situations, because they think that we want to get rid of the police. And I'm just like,
they think that because we're always on the front line with our mouth wide fucking open, fists in the air with some stupid ass sign talking about leave my nigga alone.
That's one of the
this
things
is a public health issue. This is a public health issue, just as much as guns are a public health issue. Nobody thinks about it this way. You've got dusties with guns. Oh, now you want them to break and enter. What about these poor women who are dealing with domestic violence every day?
Yeah.
The women with restraining orders.
I'm
It's
surprised that
smoke
wasn't
night.
on the list.
It's smoke night. What do any of you Blackistani dusty mammies have to say about this? We're overreacting again. Let me go ahead while we're discussing this and playing this video. Put the link in the chat so we can have some smoke. Because last time I was up here, I heard that my picture was the problem, not the niggas. My picture was the problem. So if you got some smoke, because again, it is smoke night, click that link and tell me what your real problem is. Okay.
And these are the same women who will dox black women who rightfully critiques these degenerates or something. They will dox you. Like they did that lawyer, I think. Somebody posted it in the Discord. And they doxed these women and they made her lose her job.
Of course. So many people have lost their job for simply reading something aloud, even if it's a fact. If it hurts their feelings, because niggas is real emotional, men and women, they really emotional. They care, if you don't like them, they can't take advantage of you. They can't manipulate you. So it's imperative that you like them. If you express any disdain, you are a problem. So therefore, you don't deserve to have your job. You deserve to be put out there on social media. You deserve to be dragged simply because you stated a fact. That's nuts. This is why my camera has never come on. This is why nobody's ever seen Divested OG and so many other women that have been up here, because first of all, we're not lying. Second of all, if you tell the truth about that group, you stand to lose everything. And that shit is dead ass wrong.
Even your life.
Oh, yeah.
You stand to lose your life.
Yeah.
These people don't care about Black women at all, whether they're mammies or divested, whatever, fence sitters, whatever you want to call them. They don't care. And I am really wondering, how long does DZ have to do this before these ladies get it?
This is why I kind of wish that divested women in positions of power, like in politics or law or something, would divest like silently, because like obviously if they come out as divested or whatever online, they'll lose their positions, have their locations and stuff doxed. But I don't know, I really wish divested women in positions of power would just gain more allies that are aligned with our values and stuff, so we can kind of like combat those mammies, like push their asses out of the political scene, because they are just like, they're literally allowing more and more Black women and girls to get killed.
But that's the point, sweetheart. That is the point for them. And in true divestment, you have no allies.
No.
You don't know who you don't know who's what.
Two
You never
things.
do.
Two things, y'all. Blue Diva, you're still not connected. Whenever you get connected, I'll let you right up. It just says device is not connected. And Orlandouse, however you say that, he says, or she, because I can never tell with them because they're kind of androgynous people. Talk crap and hide your face. Got it. I find that really fucking funny because that's exactly what you're doing, dumbass.
Exactly what I wanted to say.
You people are amazing. You're amazing. Talk crap and hide your face, and you're doing the same shit.
Wow.
I put the link in the chat. So if you want to go ahead and tell me how you feel, click the link, pussy. Let me let Blue Diva up. Welcome to the panel, Blue Diva.
Good evening, ladies.
Hey.
Hey.
What you got?
This is disgusting.
Of course it is.
This
of course
is
it is.
And it's as if we already don't have targets on us 24/7, from people who look just like us. You know what I mean? This is just disheartening and disgusting. Every time I think that I can't be any more disgusted and let down, I mean, they just continue to seek new lows. And it's always a Black woman.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I am newer, to divestment, because I guess I was one of those fence sitters for a while because
There's a ton of fence sitters in the community. There's a ton of them. A lot of them call themselves divested, but there are more fence sitters than divested women. Dead ass serious.
Because I used to go hard. I was on this pro-Black thing, I love my brothers, blah, 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 blah. You know what?
Girl, fuck them. Fuck them with no lube, okay?
Exactly. And then one day, I was listening to you ladies and I was also on the Discord and I had to really, take stock of my nonsense. I said, you know what? Every time I've been harmed, every time I've been let down, every time I've been assaulted, every time I've been sabotaged, these folks look just like me. They got me on some hate whitey stuff. I hate y'all.
Girl, don't hate white folks for these niggas because that's what they want you to do. Listen, white folk ain't did nothing to me. Ina A says, come out as divested, quote unquote. It sort of sounds like we're in the LBGT community. Girl, let me tell you, at least with the LBGT community, a mammy will take up for them.
True.
They will never take up for us.
That's the truth.
They will never take up for us ever. So we got to move more stealthily. I guess the new DL. I don't fucking know. But yeah, a mammy will never take up for us because it doesn't include worshiping Black men. It doesn't include making sure their nuts are fluffed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're all males,
Yep.
And we're the new DL.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and it does suck that we have to move in silence because I feel like if it wasn't for spaces like this, like I would have never had the information, the knowledge, because most of the women around me, like they're mammies, right? Like they're mammies. I didn't know that back in the day I was Black male identified. Like I had no idea until I started watching women like you who opened my eyes and made me start analyzing things differently and really start seeing things, right? Like you have guys like Tommy Sotomayor. Well, I don't want to say his name, but I started watching him when I was like 16 and I was all in the Black male worship. Yeah, Black women, we got to do better. Until I found Black women on YouTube and I'm just like, nah, like it's these men that are the problem. So
yeah, there's nothing you can do. You can go natural, right? You can only date Black men. You can fist pump for them all you want to, stomp the yard for them, only have babies for them, protect them, provide for them, suck their dick all the way down to the base. And guess what you are? They still don't like your ass. Point blank.
Gigi, I have something to say in additional to this topic. I feel like this lady, this mommy that is making all these laws for herself, because I think it's for herself, she's noticing that there are more and more divested women, so it just hurts her. So she finds an easier way to hurt the women. So she's noticing it, so they just find another easier way to hurt the women that are not already hurt or that are escaping these animals. So they try to find another way to hurt them. I feel like this is what she's doing.
Yeah.
I would like
the
to.
thing is, she wouldn't be. She's not a preference. for them at all. It's usually the ones that are not the preference that go to school for some SJW bullshit so that they can make their lives easier with their preference, because they're not going to be with you for it. That's a fact. And this,
DZ, I would like to take this moment to thank my Emperor Dusty father. I have never had a pro-black man moment in my fucking life.
hey, that's
Girl,
what's
same.
up.
Because of
Same.
him.
Okay.
Super Emperor Dusty, thank you. You good dead too. I don't care. Never a moment, bitch.
I have to say that I actually had a moment where I kind of tried because I felt like there has to be something wrong with me that I don't like them. This is when I was in high school. I'm like, there's something wrong. I mean, I should look into some of the like I guess like the Black Panthers and all those other idiots. I should look into it a little more and see what was going on. And even looking into that, you see the corruption, especially with the leader, what eventually happened with him, and how they treated the women, the darker complected women. I mean, they were still doing the same bullshit. It was just in a different guise. But I could never get behind it. I actually tried. I'm like, no, I still can't. I just can't.
On the banner, I clearly can't pronounce your name, but she says, I'm embarrassed that I was semi-ride or die for black men. And here's the deal. You don't have to be embarrassed. Whenever you're able to admit it, that means you're on the road. You're on the journey. Because a lot of folks, they'll tell you, I'm not black male identified, while they're sitting there caping for black men. At least you're able to admit it. That means you're making progress. Everybody that's able to admit where they came from, that means they're going some goddamn where. And that's a fact.
They'll say that they are not black male identified while sitting on his dick, okay?
Right. Right. Riding up and down, talking about what you want for dinner. I'm gonna give you the big piece of chicken, you punk bitch.
Not the big piece of chicken.
Thank you, Summer. I appreciate it. They do. I'm gonna clean up this house, and when he get home, I'm gonna cater some child. They had a song called "Cater to You." The mamminess is real.
It is. It is.
It's real.
And it's a shame because I know my father, he was Chief Dusty as well. My mother.
Somebody lost their shit.
But the programming was so strong that I just fell in line, despite having the evidence before my eyes every day of my young life. I just got rid of my Dusty.
Somebody got a lot of background noise back there, like it's somebody's cooking or something. I don't know what it is, but
oh yeah.
For me, I don't think I've ever been a mammy in my life. I mean, because like as early as I can remember, I've always liked non-black boys, and I guess some black boys. But I was younger, like a little kid. But I think what the programming, like how, like what age I was whenever I was being like programmed, it wasn't by family members. It was more so by like social media and stuff. And I was kind of like teeter-tottering between like, okay, should I be conservative or liberal? You know, the mindsets being different. And so I realized that like you know, with like a lot of black people being like Democrat or something, of course they're gonna go along with the fucking victim narrative or whatever. But whenever I was conservative, I'm actually independent, but I'm definitely more conservative leaning. But whenever I was like having issues identifying with the political party, whenever I was a conservative, I felt like I was shaming black people, like for
fuck them.
I know.
I mean, seriously, fuck them. What they're doing every single day is shameful to them. So if you say, "Hey, I don't believe that immigrants should come in," or whatever the subject is, black folks already embarrassed. There ain't nothing you can do to embarrass them any further. Honestly,
well, they have no shame.
Like I never told anybody what I was, but I thought like I would be labeled as a coon, being like conservative or something. But upon like finding out about your channel, DZ, and other divested women's channels, I realized that, you know, I was on the right track. There was nothing wrong with me. And I knew from like an early age, something clearly wasn't fucking right with Black America in general. And I'm glad that I found your channel.
Thank you for being here. Put yourself first every goddamn time. Fuck the collective, because the collective only cares about black males. That's it.
This is true.
That's so true.
So let's finish him up real quick because he's spitting facts with his cuck ass.
People will be hurt, right? Well, what's the next one on the list? B&E into a non-vacant property.
There it is.
To sleep or escape the cold. Well, what's a non-vacant property? Like, I don't know, your home? So apparently what she's saying is if it's cold outside, it is no longer a crime for somebody to break into your home, so they can trespass on your property. They can break into your home, they can commit larceny, and apparently sleep in your living room.
There it is.
Wow.
I want each of you to imagine, look, there's an element of how would you answer one of your constituents if someone is doing this? And the answer from the prosecutor is, we will always dismiss the case. What else won't you prosecute? Wanton or malicious destruction of property. I don't know about you, but wanton and malicious are typically pretty bad.
House Pro offers an easy-to-use 3D design tool that helps clients visualize and...
Ain't a crime under her. What else? You could say, well, at least none of these are violent, right? Well, breaking into a non-vacant property, that has the potential for violence.
Facts.
You know what else is not a crime? Threats. You can make a direct threat. You can threaten innocent people. You can threaten children. You could.
Did you hear what he said? Usually Dusties are very good at warning you when you're not in a relationship with them that they're going to fuck you up. They have that body language. Now they can do that now. Girl, I'll come beat your ass. Girl, I'm on my way to beat your ass. Girl, listen. That used to be called a terrorist threat. Okay. Now threatening to whoop your ass or even kill you, it's a go, including the children.
And that's scary. That's
very
scary because they don't value you. You can't make them value you. So if somebody treats you like refuse, killing you is a easy step, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no different than smashing a bug. Dead ass serious, because that's how they see you.
Yeah, she's inviting open season on
Not a
Black
crime.
women.
What else is not a crime? Minor in possession of alcohol. Kids apparently drink like crazy, guys. Party when you got it. What else is not a crime? It's not just alcohol. Okay, you got kids with beer. All right, that's not the first time that's ever happened. Well, marijuana possession of marijuana paraphernalia. Okay, you got some recreational pot. There's some jurisdictions that have legalized that. Understand that. Well, but it's just the users, right? It's the low-level guys. Nope. What's the next one they don't prosecute? Possession with intent to distribute. So if you're a drug dealer,
Stop.
get yourself to Massachusetts.
Y'all can't tell me she didn't do this shit strictly for black men.
Yes, she did that especially for Dusty. That is Dusty flavored right there.
That's why I think she got to have a man with a criminal past or who's in jail or something, because why is she doing this?
So what we got? B&E, possession, distribution, threats, trespassing. I mean, that got Tyrone written all over it. Tyrone has, congratulations, Tyrone. You finna finally get your freedom. And it was a sister that got it for you.
Yeah, that's his
a sister you wouldn't even spit on.
Period.
Isn't that something? Shit.
I mean, the list is forever. What is a crime? I'm waiting for him to say murder.
That's
I'm surprised domestic violence isn't up there already.
Hell.
Well, she's made it easy.
Right.
She has already made it easy. Because what are restraining orders supposed to do?
People get fucked up on restraining orders all the time.
There you go.
I mean, motherfuckers used to die in the 80s with restraining orders in their hand because it wasn't electronic back then. You had to go down to the courthouse and get the paper and keep it on you in case you had to call the police to show it to them. Women was dying with them shits in a grip. The restraining order ain't gonna do shit. Welcome to the panel, my world. For the people that's asking what her name is Rachel Rollins, and she is a goddamn beast.
Hey, y'all. Hey, DZ. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
I didn't know you were going live tonight. Listen, I love the conversation. It's sad. It's really sad that it's like a self-hatred, I think, with these mammies. They hate themselves. They're definitely male identified. So the well-being of a Tyrone is more important to them than the well-being of themselves and people who look like them.
With this kind of shit going into effect in certain areas where these mammies are getting in, You ain't got to worry about the 6 hours no more. We'll make it to 2 in no time. We'll make it to 2 hours in no time with these type of laws being.
It used to be that you had to pay off a prosecutor and have a corrupt prosecutor on the payroll to get out of jail. Now you've got someone who's just openly saying, drug dealers, come to Massachusetts because we don't prosecute people for possession with intent to distribute. And by the way, you might say, well, it's just marijuana. There are a lot of places that say marijuana is not too bad. Well, what's the next one on the list? Non-marijuana drug possession.
Child.
So,
oh my God.
Could be pot.
What the heck?
This motherfucker can have a whole briefcase full of crack. You call the cops and the cops be like, I'll talk to you later and don't make no more false reports. Mammy.
Oh
wow. DZ, is this a lifetime appointment for that witch?
I don't think so.
Good, because letter writing can affect her then.
Is there a way to protest against her? Because like, there's no way that this should be allowed to go through.
Do y'all remember when DZ showed, it was something you showed where there was like a domestic violence thing in a hallway in an apartment. It was between Tyrone and his Bonetta, and the cops showed up.
That was last week.
Yeah, and then you wonder why the cops walk away and just leave you to your own fate because of nonsense like this. And then everyday people look at all Black women and think we all are with that, and we're not. In fact, the people that I meet in everyday real life, I never meet another Black person that believes in defunding the police. Never.
DZ, did you see that YouTube video where this Black man who was under a restraining order, of course, broke into the house of his ex with the little kids there, went to the kitchen, got a big butcher knife, and was coming to kill her? She pumped him full of lead right there on camera.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that. Send that to my Gmail.
Yeah, you need to see that one.
Look, I end up pulling my vibrator out on that one. That's my type of video. That's my type of video. I'll put that shit on a loop.
Good for her. And more of us should learn to do that instead of, thinking about their lives first. Think about your own safety first, your own life and your children first.
You got to. It's getting more dangerous out here, y'all. We always talk about how winter is coming. And I told y'all fall was going to be off the chain, and it's literally unfolding where we're in October and people are saying breaking and entering in a place that's occupied is not a crime. That sounds like a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, right. Miss Rachel got to go. She has got to go.
Oh, finish up, Cook.
Could be. I haven't studied the details of that crime, but I'm assuming non-marijuana drug possession includes heroin, includes crack, includes cocaine, includes fentanyl, PCP, LSD, all of those. Hey, if you got kids, a lot of us on this committee have kids. I don't know. I would be kind of dismayed by a prosecutor who says if there's a drug dealer in my kid's school with a backpack full of fentanyl selling it to other kids, we're not going to prosecute him. But apparently the Democrats on this committee are not dismayed. And by the way, on the question of do you support cops or not, the last one on this list is really incredibly revealing. Resisting arrest.
Hey.
Police officer goes, confronts someone who's violent. They're violent. They engage with them. They resist arrest. What's the prosecutor say? Man, it really stinks to be you. I'm sorry you chose to be a cop, but it's open season. Apparently, resisting arrest is now the standard way of interacting with the police in Massachusetts.
Pro Tyrone.
This is lunacy. And by the way, to make clear that her policy of not prosecuting anything is consistent with her advocacy of abolishing the police, here's what she said at an earlier public gathering. Rollins also spoke about the much discussed concept of defunding the police. Okay, let's find out. Where is she on defunding the police? She said that defund is not the verb she would use. Okay, that's good. I'm sure every Democratic talking point is going to take that portion of the statement. She wouldn't use the verb defund, but rather reimagine. Okay, reimagine may be good, may be bad, hard to tell, or reallocate. Now, anyone who knows anything about defund means take the money out of, get away their funding. Reallocate means take the money away, get away their funding. And she explains, she elaborates on this. I think we're asking the police to do far too much. I think we can reimagine and reallocate some funding, take money away from the cops.
That's basically the last thing he said about her. He's dropping the paper and the mic. This is a dangerous bitch, y'all.
Yep.
So,
Beyond
whenever
dangerous.
a degenerate
She's
is beating a black woman's ass, that's too much.
Listen,
This woman's stupidity is astonishing.
She got to go. She's got
She's
a gutsy.
helping these
There's a gutsy
nigamites
in her life.
take over.
Yeah. It almost makes me not want to vote for black women for government positions because
thank you.
Right. Most of us are mammies. Like, and this is just disgusting.
Listen, I won't even work for them. Every experience that I've had working for a mammy has been a complete nightmare.
And she
that
let the
feels horrible
Dusties
to
come
say.
in late. They can do whatever. They stealing boxes from the job, coming in late, parking in the customer section. And she don't say nothing. But you come in there and you finishing up your sandwich, you got to go. You have committed a federal crime in her eyes.
They're
I know
so
what you're
male
talking about.
identified. They're almost men to me.
Yeah,
I agree.
But as far as the resisting arrest, I'm not even mad at that one because that's just going to increase the police brutality rates. And maybe that's not an awful thing. Because, you know, if they know they're not going to get charged with them, they're just going to start shooting them more often.
that could be. Could be either that or they just gonna stop responding to certain things. Just like
That's
my world was
exactly
just
what's
saying.
going to happen.
Just like my world was saying about the video last week, the cop came, saw that they was having a domestic dispute, and soon as Tyrone brought his gun out, he was like, "All right, Shakisha, I will see you later. Your Dusty is not playing with you, and I don't want to come in between black love, so I will see y'all later."
Listen, when one of y'all were just talking about, basically when you're divested, you don't have allies. Okay, so my whole life up until recently, I have been self-described as a progressive liberal, and then I divested, and the more I divest, the more I'm like, maybe our allies are in the Republican Party. Like,
they are.
because
Definitely are.
Okay, I was a straight up Republican. Okay,
They are.
at one point in my life, I was a straight up Republican. Okay, until the proto fascists got a hold of the party, that's when I got out. So we have shit on either side of the aisle.
Yeah, that's why I'm independent.
Whatever side is doing something that's going to benefit me, I vote for shit individually and not party lines.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
As long as it's going to make my household good, I'll vote for it. I don't give a fuck if you're a purple dinosaur, like I said. Whatever. But you got to put yourself first with these laws right here. We laugh and we joke, but this shit is dangerous as fuck.
This Pygmisha mammy has got to go, though. So I would like to know if there's an effort to get her blocked from this job or get her off.
I think she was confirmed. Wasn't she confirmed divest OG?
Yeah, it was along party lines, but if it's not a life appointment, I mean, U.S. attorneys are not a life appointment, right?
I don't think so.
Who do they report to? They have a boss, surely. Anybody know anything about the legal system?
I would have to research that, but I tell you what, at least some calls and emails can get started right away.
Maybe
the
we could do
DOJ.
Online, what do you call those petitions? Like you know how moveon.org? Maybe that could be a start to at least get the word out. Because if I wasn't on YouTube, I live in a red state. I live in Texas. I wouldn't know anything about this if I wasn't divested in these spaces.
I would have never known about it either.
Me neither.
Virgo child, her name is Rachel Rollins. And if I was y'all, whoever lives in her area, Massachusetts, in any of that New England shit, I would literally start sending emails and telling motherfuckers, listen, voice your complaints. Because y'all it's getting ready to get cold.
That's
Didn't she say if they're trying to escape the elements, they can break in your shit and sleep and you can't do nothing about it?
But if they try to remove her, black people, they're gonna call it racism, right? They're gonna say it's a black woman.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
That's what I'm saying, though. If we started it as black women, then it's not an issue of race. It's an issue of you don't have our best interest in heart.
It's just not enough enlightened, Black women who's gonna be on board with it.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
what I'm saying.
numbers.
Like, how do we start? But without paying like $100 a month or something, how do we start a group of Black women that kind of make it known that not all Black women believe in defunding the police or
well, this is sort of it, to be honest with you. You know how you guys found me and you found other platforms and this, that, and the third. We're out here and people see us. It's just we're outnumbered. And honestly, I think we'll always be outnumbered until the Dusties kick it up a notch. And in my opinion, they're getting ready to, because it's becoming easier and easier for them to fuck you up.
I just want to say this to anybody who's listening to this live, even if you're not a divester, but you are a Black person who is seriously questioning the political affiliation and you consider yourself conservative.
Who's having the background noise? I didn't mean to cut you off, babe. Somebody got some serious feedback going on.
But yeah, you definitely don't have to feel any shame. You're not alone. You're not a coon. You're smart and you're aware of other Black people's bullshit. So you don't have to be a divest or anything. But
I'm a coon and a bed wench. I don't give a fuck who knows about it. I'm both.
I am the Oreo queen up in here.
Yeah, they can call me what they want to, but what you won't call me is sitting up being victimized by a Dusty. And the thing is, she created all of this bullshit. Sometimes when you create the monster, it attacks you. So she better be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like with those BLM people. None of them live in the hood. And then, from what I understand, the ringleader has her own like security detail. But you're saying defund the police? I mean, that's crazy.
It just disgusts me to know that Black women.
DZ.
Yeah, that Black women create BLM.
You know what I've learned though?
What's that?
When you are divested, it's best to just not tell anyone. Because I've lost so many friends, which I'm happy because they were like,
fuck them. What did you actually lose when you told somebody that you were divested and they didn't agree with it? Because what is divestment? Putting yourself first, putting your best interest first, your safety first. And if they are opposed to that, that's not your friend anyway.
Yeah.
Let them go.
I've had to learn that, like with family. I was born from a single mother. I met my dad 3 years ago. I'm 43 years old. Had to find him, and I was, as I said, I become divested. So I was at my uncle and aunt's house. My uncle is a Republican. I basically was saying something like, I don't feel like women who are not married should have children out of wedlock, that those babies just shouldn't be born because 9 times out of 10, like me, they're going to be screwed up. Well, his wife, now this is my uncle by blood, his wife was a baby mama at one time. He's married to her, kid's not his. And of course, she was appalled by what I was saying, and she was like, well, my baby turned out okay. And I'm thinking, yeah, you had a big safety net of family. And you know what I mean? Wasn't nobody touching your daughter, all the kind of stuff that a lot of kids of single women go through, But for the most part, that's why our community is so the way it is, because these men don't stick around and raise their kids. I was like, they just need to stop having these kids because they end up messed up. And it's like, the more I believe this stuff and the more I try to talk to different people about it, the more I realize Black people don't want to hear that. We don't want to be held accountable for our actions. We don't want to be told we shouldn't be having babies out of wedlock. We don't want to be told the truth, even Black women.
I'm still on the fence on whether it's going to help little Black kids for their father to stick around, because you weren't here earlier when we was looking at some Black daddies that wasn't protecting the kids. Some of them were touching the kids. So sometimes when he stays, it fuck him up even worse. So I agree with you on the part where you're like, don't have them.
Well, yeah, that's my point is if you're not having them, then there's no need for a father to stick around. Because you'll see, like, okay, I'm 43. I don't have any children. So I've not needed to stick with any Dusty for a child's sake. Once I see the good and is bad, I get going, or I have gotten going. Now I just done left the race completely. You know what I mean? It's like if you stop getting pregnant by them in the first place, then you won't have any reason to stick around with them and try to see it out.
I would rather be a cute, non-depressed Oreo than
Yeah.
a fat, fucked up wig wearing.
Lemon pepper wig. What you talking about?
Okay, lemon pepper, Lego. It looks like a Lego hair. Okay, person who is basically sabotaging herself and in her community. That's basically what she's doing.
You know what I didn't realize until one of my subscribers asked me recently on a video? I was talking about, this whole meeting my dad recently and how I had to go find him and how, y'all, that I like DZ, if I sent you an email of this man and you look at me and him, it is to me so obvious that I'm his child. We have the exact same nose. And he basically said, now I was raised as an only child, but he had a kid that's a couple of years younger than me. I was his first. And then he had a couple of daughters after that. He married all of their mothers. He never married mine. Out of the 18 years that I was a child, he came to look for me twice. And he wanted me to take a DNA test before he would introduce me to any of his family. And he didn't even offer to pay for the test. So I never met these other people. And I didn't think about how effed up that is until one of my subscribers was like, Kat, that's really dusty and pathetic. I was like, yeah, I guess it is. But it's like, a whole life of not knowing him, I haven't grown to expect much. But I didn't realize how, when you were talking about these people earlier with these kids and shielding themselves from the police with their baby mom and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, it doesn't matter what state they're in, what era and time they're in, they're just trash.
Period. That's why I was telling her, if you tell somebody that's your friend that you're divested, if the first thing that falls out of their mouth isn't, if you're happy, I'm happy, fuck that bitch. Pick up your purse and tell her to have a good one. You just told me you didn't want me to be happy because this shit makes me happy. Don't start talking to me about no damn black man.
Misery loves company.
They miserable as fuck too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to get ready for the show earlier, and I got stuff still coming in the inbox that I'm going to talk about next time we up here. But shit, it doesn't stop coming. So you have to make sure that you're not fearing loneliness, because you're going to get lonely every now and then, especially in early divestment. Make new friends. Make friends that believe that you should be safe, believe that you should be able to date out, believe that you don't have to go to a HBCU. All that stupid shit that you learn in Blackistan, it's time to leave all that shit behind, because all they're going to do is throw in roadblocks in front of you when they see you making moves anyway, because what is Blackistan? A jealous hellhole.
Crabs in a barrel.
Right. Most of your friends that you tell something basic, I just bought a new house, she going to smile and say, oh, okay, that's awesome. She thinking this bitch thinks she better than me.
Yep.
That's how they are.
Yeah. Even as simple
and
as
all you're doing,
you see it whenever you start moving up, things are going well for you career wise, and you're building your life. It's just, you'll just see all of these roadblocks and sabotage, and you're like, wow, okay, this was supposedly from my people, but you're not my people.
Nope.
Exactly.
They'd
And that,
rather see
remember,
you fail than admire you and look up to you for their growth as well. They'd rather see you fucking fail, and that's just that.
Oh yeah. Of
also,
course.
but don't forget that, there are some mammies and dusties who are in the upper echelons of socioeconomic ladder. Remember, Miss Bank of America was killed.
Right. I know
that
she was
Barbara
like
the Builder, Superwoman, Black Superwoman, and you name it. She was every stereotype.
Yep.
She was beautiful and killed by her dusty coworker.
Yeah,
I don't find it
Dusty is
ironic.
considered the prize, an educated lane. Any
I
black
don't find it
woman-
ironic, y'all, that
Yeah.
he beat her face into unrecognition with her being that beautiful. That's part of hate, y'all. That they hate you. So the first thing he went for was her beautiful face, so she couldn't have an open casket funeral. They do that shit. You know how the investigators they look and say, oh, this person got covered up after they were murdered, so it must have been by somebody that had a connection with them. He went straight for her face.
Y'all, I used to manage a funeral home, the biggest black funeral home here, thousands of bodies a year. And when black women died, all the bodies that I ever saw were from the hands of Black men. A lot of times it was domestic violence. Sometimes it was fighting over some crack or drugs or something like that. But most of the time it was domestic violence.
Mm-hmm. Well, you 3 times more likely to get your ass whooped when you're in a relationship, in that black love relationship. When you finally found your king and shit, you 3 times more likely to get your ass split.
And listen, the ones that got killed, this is mostly how they got killed. They will break up with the guy, leave, go back to wherever they stayed with the guy to get something because they forgot something or didn't get everything, and that's when they get killed, is when they go back. And the dude just flies into a rage and kills them.
Now, you don't even have to be in a relationship with these fools nowadays. You can go up, you can just be minding your own damn business or just doing your job. Hey, Miss Lady, can I get your number?
I hate that line.
Yeah.
Hey,
Miss Lady.
Queen. Oh, no, not interested. Hey, Queen.
Hey, bitch.
There you
Where
go.
I'm from, they say
Your
you're.
ass, you know
That's
what
all.
the hell?
I love when you say you're not interested, and then all of a sudden you ugly. Y'all, who was that? DC, was that you? One of y'all played a video where this guy came up to this girl. He was dusty as all get out at a gas station. She was pumping her gas, and he was trying to holler. And she was like, basically, you got a broke car, you got a hole in your sweatpants or your sweatshirt. I'm not interested. And he was like, oh, you got 2 car seats, and I don't want you no way, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, before you reject them, they want you, but then as soon as you say no thank you, or and you try to be polite about it,
They
then
get
it's you all
nasty.
kind of
That was Lexus. Exodus video.
okay, my bad. But yes, girl, it's crazy. And Kanye says that in one of his, something about, I asked a bougie girl to dance, and F that bitch, she didn't want to dance. It's in the music, it's everywhere.
When my niece goes to black neighborhoods, she put in like a prop hearing aid so she can just ignore them, and when they see the hearing aid, they kind of just let her keep going. But she don't want to say that she hooked that shit right on there. It's like she wearing glasses or some shit. She just hook it up on both ears and she on her way because she not gonna even say nothing to them. Act like you don't hear them. Get you a prop hearing aid from Party City or order one off Amazon. They got them. Shit,
But
do
they're
what you
so
gotta do to protect
entitled. You could have headphones in. You could dead up ignore them. You could say, no, I have a boyfriend. I'm married. I got a husband. They don't care. They feel like you have to talk to them. You got to speak to them. Or
They
else you're just
listen. If this
They don't
motherfucker
care.
is retarded enough to try to make a deaf bitch say something, then he need to be shot.
That's
Come
what I
on
do.
now.
I pretend like I'm deaf and I do sign language. They usually go away after that.
Yeah, I've done that one before too.
Yeah, I use the fake sign language or a British accent. I don't know where I am, and I'm just exploring the city. Thank you. Bye bye. Ta ta.
You guys ever did
Anything.
the fake number
DZ,
and then they call it in front of you?
I try not to get that far where they're asking me for my number.
Miss
Give them the
Carrie,
police's
These
number.
Negroes.
listen, they say it's a dusty in the chat. It's always a dusty in the chat. The link is also in the chat, bitch. It's smoke night. If you want some smoke, say something. If you don't, they're gonna just block you because my mods don't play at all. They got the fastest gun in the West. Keep fucking around. You better click the link or you're going to get blocked from the channel. Point blank, period. Especially on smoke night. The hell you down there twerking in my fucking chat for?
And men, I didn't know
A
that
bunch
men
of bussy
twerk.
boys. Bussy boys.
I didn't know men did that.
Black men do.
They do.
That's your
Oh,
okay.
I said this in Discord, but I was at work the other day and I should have known this man was gonna be a creep because what happened was I don't say what I was doing. I feel like that's too descriptive of my job. But I was doing something, and this black man, a lighter-skinned black man who was older, he goes, "How are you doing, beautiful young lady?" And he put emphasis on young. And obviously, being in the South, it's pretty normal to compliment people or whatever like that. So I said, "Good. Tell me where this motherfucker goes. How long until you get out of high school?"
What?
What?
What in the black
That's happened to
Jesus?
me. That's so
I
gross.
told my manager,
Ugh.
and she told the security guard. And I mean, the security guard, he's a darker skinned Nigerian older guy, and he's pretty nice and stuff. But he was like, he jokingly said he likes you or something. And I was like kind of laughing too. But I was like, is there something you're going to do?
I would have been like, okay, R. Kelly.
And I said to the women in Discord, I said, this can't be a fucking coincidence after the R. Kelly situation or whatever.
No.
No.
I
It's
had to
still
deal
waiting
with
on the
one of them at
sentencing.
work last week, so
Mm.
and I was busted up after that. But I was like, wow, they don't care. They just don't care.
No, I remember being a teenager walking to school, like middle school, and they knew I was walking to that school, and they would want me to get in their cars and all kinds of things.
That's what happened to me whenever I was on my way to my first job interview, and it happened twice in the same day. So what happened was I was walking past these apartments, and I hear this voice behind me. He was like, "Hey, you need a ride?" It was a fucking motherfucker in his car with his friends. They were all piled up. I didn't say anything, so I kept on walking, and I was kind of scared because I was alone and I thought I was gonna get jumped. And so once I get to my the interview location, right before my hand hits the fucking door to open it, there's this motherfucker in the parking lot that stops, says, "Hey," and I looked around, and he asked me how old was I, and was I single? And I hate these motherfuckers, man.
That happened to me one time when I was little and I didn't know better. I was, you know how your parents, I grew up in the 80s. DC, you and I are roughly the same age. I grew up in the 80s and I was walking to school one day. You know how your parents tell you don't talk to strangers. You remember all those after school specials we used to see and stuff. I was walking to school. I was a latchkey kid. And this group, it was about, I would say at least 3 black guys pulled up in this like car and was like, "Where are you walking to, or where are you going," or something. I was like, "To school." And they was like, "You want some candy or you want some candy and some money?" And I was a kid. I was like 8 or 9 years old. I was like, "Yeah." And then they was like, gave me some lollipops and some quarters or whatever, and I was happy as the Lord. Later on, when mommy got home from work, she asked me about that. Where'd you get this money from? And I told her the story, and she ripped me a new one. Like, "Girl, you don't ever take no money from," you know what I mean? Just didn't know better.
My world, I think you got a little bit of background noise going on, but I know exactly what you're talking about. That shit happened to me when I was young too. I think I was about 11. Dude asked me if I wanted to make some money. All I have to do is show him my breasts. What breasts? At 11,
Wow.
what breasts? What 11-year-old got breasts? You fucking nasty son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, really.
I'm not
Don't let y'all girls walk nowhere, especially if there's a significant population of niggas around.
And it sucks if you're an early bloomer, because I know I was, and I got hit on and followed all the fucking time.
Me too. I was in 5th grade.
Everybody has the same fucking story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all, listen. Don't let your kids walk home if you can help it. If you, I know you're saying, well, all of us don't have that. Wait, somebody got to put their shit on mute. Let me put everybody on mute because something going down. If you can't pick them up, make them stay where they are, because wherever you let them stay, wherever you let them go, it's clearly a safe place, right? Let them stay there if possible, and then you get to them. It's better to do that than to let them walk home alone, because they're getting propositioned like prostitutes. The kids are being propositioned like prostitutes, and it's scarring. I'm in my 40s and I remember that bullshit from when I was 10. I remember what happened when I was 7. I remember what happened when I was 13. All the shit was sexual. And I remember that shit, but I struggle to remember certain other things that weren't bad. But I definitely remember that shit. They'll never forget it. So let's get Smoke Night popping. If it already wasn't popping. Put this link back down here. And then we're going to go ahead and wait and see if anybody wants some motherfucking smoke. If not, then I'm taking my ass to the Discord.
I want a mammy to pull up. That's what I want.
I would love a mammy to pull up.
That's what I want, because
I want a Dusty. I want a drag.
Yeah, I want a mammy. Yep.
Hey, Patricia, welcome. I didn't think you was going to make it tonight. She said, these black men are cowards. Ladies, stay away from them. They are not worth it. Of course not. Of course not. With all that shit that we showed tonight, right? We still have people on the screen back here that are trying to defund the police. I'm not going to take you through the bullshit. I'm just going to show you again. You see her? Why is it always them? Why is it always the non-preferential? Why?
Because they're trying to get chose. She thinks voting for them is going to get her chose.
DZ too much.
I mean, They talk about how divestors look. You know, when Tariq Nasheed did his little divester thing, right? He was talking about how bad our wigs are and all kind of shit. So if you want to take it to the lips, you old son of a bitch, what can we talk about this midriff? That midriff ain't sexy at all. Just take a moment. Just take her in for a moment. Look at her.
No.
The bitch is standing in the graveyard with her fist in the air, looking a whole religious ass mess.
Looking like a stop sign. I can't.
Stop sign.
It's always them. If you do get them they freedom, sis, guess where you gonna have to be? Guess where you gonna be at? They gonna tell your ass to go lose some fucking weight. That's number one. Okay, we gotta pull up. Y'all go ahead and throw yourself on mute and let's see if this dumb motherfucker says anything. Sir, when I pull you up, if you don't say anything, you're gonna have to create another account because I've already banned you God knows how many times. All right. So when you get your ass up here, if you don't say anything, I'm just gonna go ahead and block you. Also, if you can make sure that you respect the women with the headphones on and don't start hollering like a banshee like you did that day. Have you had a veterinary visit in a minute? If you have, that means that you have your medicated banana and you should be able to control yourself. Okay, so let's do it. Welcome. Let me go ahead and block him. Hold up, y'all. My world, take over so I can find his account and ban him.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna share something with y'all. I can't talk about it on my channel because my family knows about my channel. But when I started being the M word that rhymes with invested by my mom's little brothers at the age of 4. And my mom, I love my mom, you know, but I don't understand. She sent me into a house, which is her dad's house, where the same thing happened to her by basically her generation of these same people. And I've had to go through a lot of therapy and be on medication and whatnot to try to make sense of all this. And so when I say that I think women shouldn't be having kids out of wedlock, I feel like I'm an extreme of that case of how it can absolutely go wrong. Whereas I see some women that were born, you know, not knowing their fathers or were born out of wedlock, and maybe they had more of a stronger, you know, family safety net. Whereas my mom, you know, it's like she basically would send me anywhere where the child care was free. And I paid for it with literally my life, you know, because being introduced to that, to sex at that age, it's like, it's impossible to get back the person that I could have or would have been, you know?
Yeah. I hate with that we have to stay underground with all that shit. And they make us stay underground because they have to keep their looks. Okay, they have to look like they're presentable. That's why somebody in the chat was saying, I hate when they say smile. They tell you to smile because, you know, the community is reflected on the women's and the children's face. So if you're smiling, it looks like the men are doing a good job. That's why they tell y'all smile, by the way. Welcome to the channel, Morpheus. Morpheus, are you Dusty?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was on mute.
Ah, you are Dusty. What do you got? Listen, what do you think, number one, about the video I showed earlier about the dude leaving that baby down there with that motherfucking pit bull? What do you think about that?
I didn't see that video. I just came in later when you said.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna do excuses. Let me go ahead and get you the video because
Sure.
I want you to see this. Hold up. And while I'm pulling that up, please tell me that you are grateful that R. Kelly's gone to jail, correct?
I mean, yeah, I seen that tape back in the day when I was younger. So
what tape?
The original sex tape back in the day.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
my mom had bought it, and I remember the background because it was on Cribs. It was the same background that was on Cribs on his I don't know if y'all remember that show, MTV Cribs.
Check out the screen, Morpheus.
Hey, get out there, too.
It's black.
You can't see it?
Oh, now it's showing.
Okay.
Oh, I saw this is kind of old, right?
Tell me what you think about the content, because I keep hearing about them fucking pyramids and they older than this video.
Oh, we can get through that gate!
It's frozen on there.
No, you can't get out right there. No. Lord have mercy. Get your out.
I'm gonna leave him in a doggy style position. Morpheus.
Oh yeah, that guy's a punk. I got a daughter, so you're not gonna see me try to defend that. But
okay.
I wouldn't say that's like a black male thing, because I mean any guy can be a punk. That's like me blaming.
Wait. When somebody says, okay, say for instance a nigga gets killed by the cops, okay, and people say Black Lives Matter. When people say all lives matter, niggas tend to get upset because it's supposed to be about black men. The subject is about black men, and you went all lives matter on me right now.
No, I'm just saying he's a punk ass dude. I mean, this punk ass dude everywhere.
He is a punk ass black dude.
You could say that, but are we going to try to say
he
are we going
is.
to try to? Yeah, are we going to try to say, because I can show you exampple of the opposite. Just like I can show
ask you a
examples.
question?
Sure.
Let's get this popping, because it is smoke night and I'm already feeling it.
Go ahead.
Whenever you see the manosphere say black women are trash, do you go and get on the panel and tell them not all?
I really don't really go on the panels like that, so I don't know.
Why?
But yeah,
why?
Well, I'm not always around there that time.
Okay,
but
how did you
I
find
do.
my
Well,
channel?
you know what? I'm sorry. I do, because I go on to, I don't know if you're familiar with this guy. He's the Red Pill Supreme. So a lot of the black dudes that.
Why do you listen to Red Pill Supreme? I know exactly who he is. Why do you listen to him?
He's funny, but I mentioned him because it goes to your point. Because I was telling him, like, because some of these guys want to go to Spanish women and stuff like that. I'm like, don't go over there, because they also
Morpheus. We everywhere, baby. I'm trying to keep this shit in line. Every time I ask you something, your defense is not all in some way. Now we're talking about Spanish women. We didn't even get a chance to talk about the motherfucker that's in the doggy style position on the car. You went all lives matter on me. Why can you go all lives matter, but white people can't say all lives matters? Let's start there.
I was responding to what you said, that when one of the black manosphere guys say black women ain't shit, correct? That's what you just recently said to me. And I'm responding to you saying that you can't say that about black women because other women do it, and I give an example on there from other women doing it. That's all I'm saying.
When someone is talking about a specific demographic, if you saw white men and they were literally doing something really, really heinous, and then the black man does the same thing, why is it that you cite him when black men are supposed to be better?
No, I think all men are supposed to protect their child. You're not
what
gonna,
I'm saying? Why do y'all hate all lives matter? Because that's all y'all do is say all. Every time every time someone's roasting a black man, y'all bring white men into it. But if a black man starts a business and I say white men start businesses too, y'all don't like that shit. So what's up with the hypocrisy?
There's no hypocrisy on there. Like, if you want to say something that's specifically a black male issue,
I'm talking.
I would say
specifically Ashy. I don't care about what anybody else is doing tonight. What is wrong with this motherfucker on his knees?
Well, yeah, he's a punk ass. But I can't say that's specifically on black male. I have some. I can tell you a black male issue, only a black male issue. Right? If that's what you want to hear. Do you want?
Y'all hear what he's saying? He's saying all. This is his only response to it. He's only going to say to everything I say, all men do it. It's just like saying all men have a penis. But when it's time to talk about big dicks, it's solely on them. It's the hypocrisy for me. It really is a hypocrisy for me. I'm enjoying smoke night. I'm gonna have to burn some sage afterwards. But Morpheus, what I really want to happen is for us to stay on task. Let's pretend everybody on the planet is black. Who do you think is the biggest problem in the black community, men or women?
Well, our community is controlled by women. Everyone knows that.
Oh my God. Are you fucking serious?
Wow.
You
Everyone
mean
knows
the,
that.
the
You
wait,
said it.
wait, are
Wow.
you
You
serious?
deceive me?
I think the right way would be our community
the
is
people.
So who the
abandoned
fuck
by
build
black
communities?
So okay,
Answer this question. Who build
if you look at
communities?
any other
Men or
community,
women?
which one looks more controlled by men or women?
Listen, who build communities? Men or women? Answer that question.
Generally speaking, men do.
Okay,
But like we
so
said,
if men
mhm,
build communities, it means they
mhm.
actually exhibit what? Control.
But you
They
know we're under
lead.
white.
They lead.
We're
They
under
lead.
white
They
supremacy
have to.
anyway.
They lead, which
Not the
And
means
white
then
supremacy.
and then when black men try to do something,
no.
black
If you
women
are
do
a
that.
man,
Because I have a question.
if you are a man,
Hey,
right?
let me shout out my super chats real quick. Y'all already knew Morpheus was gonna do this shit. You know his ass is ashy. Morpheus know he ashy. Let me shout out these super chats.
Well, I just came on here because I want to know why is your
Wait a minute. I'm shouting out my super chats. See, what you're not gonna do is come and talk over folks. So wait right there, Dustpan, and I'll be right back. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tushi Diablo, appreciate you. Let me scroll down a little bit. StreamYard's acting a whole goddamn fool. And it's you again. Appreciate you. Thank you, Patricia. You always in the super chat. Now, aren't men supposed to build communities? Now, remember we're supposed to be talking about just black folk because if you cite white men, we have to say that white men are better than you if they were able to stop you from building communities. Is that the case?
No, I mean we have defiant women. I mean that's true.
What?
Your whole group here is defiant.
I just don't
Against what?
understand.
Wait on.
You
Hold
sound
up,
like
y'all.
a fruitcake.
I mean, you got an avatar of a black man hanging while a black woman is swinging.
See, that's
Even
the thing.
even the most hateful black guys that hate black women, I've never seen that.
I told your motherfucking ass you wasn't gonna talk over me. All
He
right.
doesn't see nothing.
Yeah, you're not gonna talk over me. First of all, how on earth? This is some funny shit. It's a silhouette, right? That's how I was able to get away with keeping it when y'all reported it. Okay, because there's no way to tell that man's race. Y'all are not analytically thinking whatsoever. So when it got reported, I appealed it, and YouTube said, "Oh yeah, you can't tell what that man's race is because you can't." All right. Now, Morpheus, please don't talk over these ladies. Ladies, let the dust fly, and then I'm burning some sage.
Okay.
Morpheus,
I would like to ask him a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Morpheus, what were you saying about black men building and white supremacy? You said that. Were you going to say that it doesn't allow them to do that?
Yeah, there's always interference. We always
so-
we always know that black women have tag team with white men, just like you guys have. I've watched you guys before. The white dudes that come in here.
But dummy,
And I've
that's
seen the
part
ones
of
you guys
the
at Clubhouse.
Dummy, that's a competition.
There was always
That's part of
rumors,
competing.
but you guys confirmed it.
Listen,
I'm gonna ask
What
you this next
what are
question.
you talking about? Hold on a second, y'all. What have I and the ladies here teamed up with white men to do?
I've seen white dudes in the chat come in here like, you guys doing great work. We need to get these black mother effers and all this other stuff. There's always been rumors amongst black.
You talking about on Clubhouse?
Yep. And we know the divested community. The divested community is a big part of that.
What's my name on Clubhouse?
I'm sorry. I'm just talking about the whole community, the divested community. That's what I'm talking
So
about.
you're generalizing. You're generalizing.
But I seen you in your chat room, white dudes bigging you up. Yes.
Because white dudes love me. They can't get enough of me. As a matter of fact, tonight I'm gonna suck a white dick. You get me?
I mean,
But
that's
here's
fine. I don't know why black women say that like we care. Like white
Sugar
women,
booty.
where do you think all
you're
these
here.
light skinned dudes come
I
from?
have a
Where do you think all
question
these
for
light skinned
you.
people come from?
You're here
When we do
because
the
Sugar
you
booty.
care.
genetic test,
Half of the
when
question.
we do the
Sugar
genetic test, the
sugar
white
booty.
genes come from.
Listen,
Hold
sugar
on a
booty.
second. Hold on a second, babe. You're here because you care. Because I
Correct.
just opened another tab on YouTube and there's several men live right now, but you're here. Why are you here?
I came for the icon. That's the only reason why I was talking about it. You
Did
guys
you
want to date?
send
That-
Sheila over here? Because
I'm
Sheila
sorry.
said, did you send Sheila over here last week? Because Sheila said the same thing you're saying. She actually
I
sounded
didn't.
just like,
I wasn't over here. I don't know who Sheila is. I just saw the icon.
okay,
Everything else, I don't. Everything else, I don't care. If you want to date out, fine. I don't
Sugar
care.
booty.
I'm
Sugar
married
booty.
out.
I have a question for
Married out,
you.
14
doesn't
years.
Sugar
matter.
booty.
Second half of the
Sugar
question.
booty. I have a question for you. So you said black men always had interference, but isn't that part of competing? Men are supposed to compete. In the process of competing, there will be issues, but if you're competing, you're supposed to resolve the issue. So what are you
No,
talking
all
about?
all the races of other women go with their men, except for black women.
That's not true. What about
And every
feminism?
other what are you talking about?
All
White
the
women
other
have
races of
feminism.
women go
Their
with
men
their
don't get
men.
overpowered
No,
by
they
them.
do
Why are
not.
black
No,
women
Asian
they
women
don't.
date
Yes,
out the
stupid.
most.
On the vast
So
majority,
what
they
about
do.
what
You
about
got some
Asian women?
stragglers, but not the
What about
majority.
Asian women who are out here
Asian women
dating
date
white
out
men
like
at a
crazy. Any
high
chance to
no,
get with a white
percentage?
man,
no one
they
can
are
hear. All
gone.
right, I'm gonna end up muting y'all.
Sorry.
Nobody can hear y'all. So trying to this is a dusty. Do you know how sturdy their throats are? You can't hear
Very.
shit over them when they're talking. So listen, their throats are primitive. So when he's doing that, I'm just gonna have to hit the mute button. But sir, I don't know why or how you ended up here when there's several people live tonight. Actually, Jason Black went live. Tariq is going live in a little bit. Why aren't you over there if you
Correct.
don't care?
Well, thank you for taking me to Jace, because sometimes I don't see his shit pop up because they got him on
Okay,
the band. Sometimes his pop up. Thank you for letting me know so I can go see it though. Thank
you're
you.
Yes,
very
dummy. And
welcome.
please explain why
Tariq, I saw
Asian
came on yesterday. You sure he coming on tonight? He came
sugar
on
booty.
yesterday.
Sugar booty. Can you please explain
I mean,
to
you can
us?
try to insult me. That don't work. It don't even
Sugar
work on weak
booty. I know
guys.
I
But
know what you are. You can't be insulted because you have accepted who you are. Now, can you please
go
explain
ahead.
to me why do Asian women date white men at a high percentage since every women, of any other I guess groups stick by their men? Can you please explain that to us, Sugar Booty?
Are you talking about here in America, or are you talking about worldwide? 'Cause
I mean,
worldwide,
what country are you living in?
yeah, because they generally date other Asian men, and then when men date out or date other races, they're not dating the same type. Like for example, when black men date white women, they generally like to date the white women that have a quote unquote black girl body. That's why you see these what they call it blackfishing
Where
so
are you
much.
getting these?
No, you like to date obese.
Asian men even make fun. Listen, Asian men even make fun of white dudes because they consider going out with the ones that are ugly Asians.
Oh, really?
Because the
Just like
cute,
My
black men?
neighbor, he's married
He's
to a
all
really
over the
pretty
place.
Asian
So
girl.
Hold on
you're
a second.
saying
Wait now. Who's talking right now? Whenever y'all, because I'm letting y'all go. Whenever y'all hear me mute him, let me jump in because I'm muting him so that I can say something real quick. Listen to what I'm saying, Dustpan. You are all over the place, and I have
I'm
to
not
ask
all
you
over the
this.
place.
Yes, you are. And let me tell you this. Why is it? Okay, how do men get respect? Is it through resources, being able to control and own stuff? Is that how men, are important?
Is either physical dominance or financial dominance, one of the
Okay.
two.
You don't have them.
Can I ask a question?
Physical.
Let me finish real quick.
Wow.
Being that you guys don't have either, why do you think that anybody is going to take your opinion seriously? Don't you think you should build something first so that your opinion matters?
Well, black men have physical dominance. That's obvious.
How? You become a hashtag every
What,
other
what,
month. How?
what, first of all, you can only be a hashtag if they have a gun. Nobody tries to run up on black men hand to hand. They know they
The
get
heavyweight
demolished.
champion of the world is white right now.
Yeah, for right now, but for almost 20, 30 years, it's been black. Let's stop.
Yeah,
They haven't had no real, and then they have no real black
Physical
heavyweights
dominance is
in a
what he's
long
betting
time.
on.
You have physical dominance, yet
That
you
main
become a
dude is like
hashtag every other month.
that
You
main
are
dude is like a
made
bump.
into a hashtag, a knee lens on your neck every other. Come on, man.
So
Stop.
that avatar looks more convincing. You making fun of hashtags.
I mean, listen.
I mean, there's black women being hashtags too.
No, we're talking
No,
about you
they're
right now,
usually
Dusty.
they're
What I'm
usually
just saying.
hold
By
on,
your
hold
You,
by
on.
you
your
act,
men.
Let me go
By
ahead
men who looks like
why are you acting
you.
like you're exempt?
By
Like white
men
supremacy
who
don't
looks
exist.
like you.
But if
They
you
become
had
hashtags.
physical dominance, if
Can
you
I?
So
had
old girl
physical
that got
dominance,
shot in her house, one girl in
By
Texas
men
that
who
didn't
looks
exist,
like you.
Okay,
By
y'all.
like
Hold on.
and they're also black
Y'all
men
are
shooting
shut
back.
the fuck up, bitch. I said hold on a second. Hold on a goddamn second. Now, here's the deal. Y'all are letting him trigger y'all. Don't
Trigger
let him.
yourself.
Let me get your ass out of here. He has no way of controlling, owning, or operating anything. His opinion doesn't even matter to the people that he's in the house with right now. That's why he's talking to us. Nobody cares what he thinks except for other black women. Y'all knew he was going to come up here and say that bullshit. We got another dustpan waiting in the background to spew the same bullshit. They are hot fucking trash. Y'all know that. Don't let them get the best of y'all. Let's do better this time. Bed wenches suck. Why are you back, sir?
What's happening, ladies? How y'all doing?
Are you drunk?
I'm not drunk. I'm just laughing from the previous conversation. Thought it was funny.
Why? He was talking about a black man hanging. So why is that funny to you?
Because y'all are triggered. I mean, that's just real funny. I mean, y'all are triggered by just this basic questions that he's asking.
Have you built anything today?
See, I'm gonna tell you this. See, we don't care if you're divested, right?
Yes, you
Why
do.
do you keep talking about us?
Yes, you do. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Have you ever seen me on a black man's channel?
See, your whole channel is about black men.
Answer the question.
Have you ever seen me on a black man's channel?
I don't frequent every channel on YouTube.
There it
How would I
is.
know?
So now you're a stalker of me. Why do you always catch my lives?
I mean, it comes up because I watched it one time, and now it's always being recommended when I'm on YouTube. So I think that's how the
So
algorithm
let me
works.
tell you. Let me tell you how it actually works. If you go up when they suggest my channel, right? There's three little dots next to it, and you can press those dots. And up under the options, it says, "Don't recommend this user to me anymore." And you click that. Why haven't you done that?
I'll look at it next time. I mean, because usually I just when I log into YouTube, I just watch whatever's on. You know, I don't care about stuff like that. If I
You
find
know,
it,
black men don't have critical thinking
you know,
skills, do
if I
you?
find it interesting,
And
I'll look
that's
at it. If I, you know, because I don't
nobody's
shy away from
triggered.
opinions.
Nobody's triggered.
See,
We're simply annoyed that every time we ask a Dusty a question, they can't answer it. It's like you guys are fucking dumb, useless, can't build, can't protect. What the fuck is wrong with your brain cells? What the
all
fuck
right,
is wrong with your neurons?
let
You're
me get a word in,
useless.
right?
We're not triggered. We're annoyed. Why are you in our
Can I get a
space?
word in?
Why are you here? Did you build something today, like DZ said?
Can I get a
Did
word
you
in,
become
please?
useful?
Let them answer real quick. Why are you here?
See, we don't care if you're divested. That's the point. Let me just get 30 seconds in. We don't care if you date white men, blue men, pink men. We really don't care. See, the thing is, you know, when it comes to the amount of people that are dating out of our race in terms of black people, black men have the advantage. And so, you know, you can date whoever you want, you know, but we all know at the end of the day, the black man is the most sexiest man on the planet.
Oh,
Every woman wants to be with us.
he would
Every
know
woman
he's
loves
hooking up
us.
with one.
You know, you already know the deal. See,
He would know he's
your whole
sucking one off
channel,
right now.
your whole channel is about black men.
Nobody wants HIV.
Your whole channel is about black men.
Bullshit.
Oh my God.
You know,
Let me tell you something real
if
quick.
the white guy,
Homeboy, I had to mute you for a second. I gotta tell you, y'all are the ugliest motherfuckers on the planet. Do you hear me? And you smell horrible. I can't believe you just said that. I was quiet until you pulled that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Where is your resources and wealth, bitch? Where is it?
all right, let me see. The thing is, see, this is what you got to understand.
Oh my
If the
God.
white guy was really hitting it, you wouldn't have a channel dedicated to black men. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. You know, he's not hitting it right. You notice. I mean,
Delusional.
Oh
Let me
wow.
let
That's
me
all
let me let me
think about.
let me
Discord
ask
is
you
on
this.
Can
drugs.
I
Let
say
me ask
something,
you
please,
this.
CZ?
Yeah, go ahead, honey.
Is that's the issue, sir? Whatever your name is, that's the problem. You all think that hitting it is the end all be all. You don't care about anything else but hitting it. You don't stay around to raise your children. You don't stay around to marry the women that you say you love. You disparage women that look like your mothers, your grandmothers, and your sisters. And at 10 o'clock p.m. on a Friday night, you are in a woman's space instead of doing something on your purpose. That is the problem. You are not sexy. You are not attractive. You make single mothers. You carry diseases. You steal. If I want to know how to play basketball or make rap music, I will call you. If I want to be a single mother, I will call you. If I want to go to prison for selling drugs for you and catching cases for you, I will call you. That is what Black men are good for.
Can I
And
respond?
that is it.
And
It
that's what you
wasn't.
call
It
a
really.
read.
It really
Can I
wasn't a
respond?
question. Let me ask you something before you respond. We're adults here, and I'm sorry that mammies get digmatized or whatever goes on in y'all jungle sex or
I
whatever.
can't
I
blame
don't.
him. You know, it's good.
Wait. Listen. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
go.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is this: at my age, it's about real estate. It's about stocks, bonds, savings accounts, vacations, and having things. That's what it's about.
And I'm here
Although,
to.
wait. I'm gonna let you go. I promised you.
Oh, sorry, right.
Although my husband has been hitting this motherfucking pussy right for 26 years, that's a bonus. It's a bonus. If he had his good dick but could no longer pay my bills, he would be out of here. Okay. This is why I don't deal with Dusties, because currency is in between y'all pants. And that's a very teenage way of thinking. So what you're saying is I would never try to help Black women if my husband was fucking me right. That's your final answer.
See, I support. I'm here. I actually support what you're doing. Believe it or not,
Okay,
I
well then
actually support.
where's the money at then?
So I, I actually support what you're doing.
I haven't seen you do a super chat. That's supporting.
Well, let me finish my point. Maybe next time I'll give you something.
There it
See,
is. There it is,
I actually
ladies.
support what you're doing. You know, you're getting Black women to actually date outside the race. I support it. You know, I tell Black men all the time,
When
go
did I
out to
say
South
that?
America, go to Brazil. You
That
know,
went your suck. When did
I
I
came
tell
back
them
from
to date?
Brazil the other day.
When did I
Travel, go to
tell
Europe. Better options.
when did I tell them to date out? I told them to divest from you. So can you cite when I told them to date out, please?
Well, I pretty much equate date now with divestment. I think they're
Okay,
both the
look,
same thing.
let me tell you what divestment is.
All
Divestment
right.
is leaving the Black community and putting yourself first. It ain't got nothing to
So,
do with nobody's dick.
but I mean, if a woman is the quote unquote divested and she wants to date, what race of men do you recommend?
Whichever one she wants except Black.
Okay, so we're basically saying the same thing in a different way, right?
Okay,
If she's
so
divested and she wants to date, she has to date something other than Black.
we are not on the market for the Latino women and all that type of stuff. The ones that you just named, the Brazilian women, white women, we're not on the market for them. So why are you telling us about that? Because I'm
I'm
not
just
talking to
saying, you
Black
know,
men. I'm
I
talking to
support
Black
what you're
women.
doing. You know, Black women should go out there, date white men, you know, date Asian men, whatever.
That
But Black
bothers
men
him,
should also,
y'all.
you know,
That bothers
look at
him
their
because he
options.
keeps. I just told him what divestment was about. He's bothered that you guys are dating out. That's his real problem. He hasn't talked to me about any money. He hasn't talked to me about what I just told him divestment was. He's talking to you about white men's dick. Are
We're
you
trying to solve a
attracted to white
problem,
men? Are
right?
you
No,
attracted?
we're trying to solve a problem here. You're saying Black women have
I
all
don't
these.
have. Wait a minute. I don't have no problem. What's the problem? What's the problem, boy?
Well,
what's the problem?
Well, most Black women, you're saying on your channel that most Black women living in quote unquote Blackistan have all these problems, right?
When they deal with you, they have those
Yeah.
problems.
So I'm all for it. They should go out there.
They don't need your blessing.
Go out of
Thank
Blackistan,
you.
as you
They
call it.
don't need your blessings.
DZ, he's
Just do it.
triggered. He is
I'm all for
triggered.
it, but you know, you have a channel dedicated to Black men, and supposedly you're
DZ,
It's not
divested.
he
dedicated
is
to
You got all
triggered.
you.
these women. How many are you?
Why are you so arrogant?
He said my channel is the devoted to Black men, y'all.
DZ, he is
Yes.
triggered right now. He's
He's
very
so angry.
triggered. He's
I know
angry,
it bothers
triggered,
him. It
a
bothers
lot.
him. It bothers
Trust
him
me,
that
I'm
you
not.
guys. No, I
Aggressive.
can't trust anything you say. It's bothering you that they're dating out because you're not talking about anything else. You haven't said you ladies should leave because there is a high domestic violence rate. There is a high single mother rate in the black community. You haven't said that. Plus, you ain't hit my motherfucking super chat, my nigga. So what? Listen,
They should leave. All these women should leave.
but
I support it. I support what you're doing.
they don't need your
Black
blessing.
men should also go out of Brazil. Go out of Europe. I went to. Like I
And
told
get
you,
a
I went to
bottom
Brazil
shelf
the other day.
Becky.
And make the
And get a
baby
bottom
Perfect.
shelf.
They'll kick them out
You
of
gotta
Brazil and
understand.
Europe,
We have
like
options,
they've
more
been
options than
doing.
y'all.
You
No,
don't
they
have
got more options
options.
than
We
you.
You
just
don't
don't
have
pursue our
options.
options.
You are
It's
getting
all
dry.
about fucking, y'all. It's all about fucking. He hasn't mentioned anything about anything but fucking. Who
And
you
zero
gonna
fucking
fuck?
options.
Who you
We
gonna
don't
Delusional.
even
fuck?
know the stats,
Who you
my
gonna
dude.
fuck? Who we gonna fuck? Who everybody fucking? That's all they can think about. That's
Yep.
why they
That's
listen.
it.
Bedwench suck. I'll see you on the next smoke night. All right. Thank you for not coming up
I
here
didn't get my
yelling.
point in.
What's
He's
your fucking
delusional.
point?
Be sure to
My point
donate
is,
next time.
you women say supposedly that you're truly divested, but I don't think y'all are. Maybe you are. Because I've heard you say multiple times that you have a white husband. I think you're right. Based on the way that you talk about things, I assume that you're not dating a black man or you're not married to a black man. I think
Oh my God! Don't make me
that can be an
throw up.
accurate statement,
Stop
right? But
stuttering.
The thought, ew.
Stop
the rest of them,
stuttering.
I don't believe it. I just don't.
I
I
rather
was married to my white husband for
I'd rather
14
deep
years.
throat a
Believe it.
cactus. I'd rather deep throat a cactus with no lube than to have any interaction with black men like that. You get what I'm saying? Because this right here is gonna make me burn some sage. Dead ass Bedwench suck.
Me too.
How many of you on the channel are married to a white
I
man?
am.
No, you don't get to take a goddamn poll up here. What's
How
wrong
many of
with
y'all?
you?
Ladies,
I
don't
shouted
I
to
think
the
that's an
rooftop.
accurate. It's a good.
ladies, don't answer.
He doesn't
Don't
get to
answer.
ask y'all nothing. He doesn't get to come up here and try to
How many
conduct.
baby mamas
Ooh,
you
that's a
got?
triggering
You got a
question, huh?
criminal record?
I don't have a criminal record.
How many baby
I,
mamas you
Yeah,
got?
How
you
many
do.
CDs do you have?
believe it or not.
Which SDTD do you have right now?
Yeah, I want to know that medical
See,
You got
speaking of
history.
some heart
STDs,
burps.
you do know black women have the highest rate of STDs, right?
Who
That's
give
you
who give
getting
it to
like
them?
You
Stupid.
guys.
Who give it
You
to
do know
them?
that, right? I
BL,
mean, if
Who
you're
passed it
gonna
on to
make up
them?
a stat,
Sir, do you read stats? Who passed
the
it on to
stats
black
say
women?
black women
Who's
have the highest
passing these
STD rate.
directly
STDs
That is
to
just
black
a
women?
fact.
even gotta click.
Do you
All
Who's
think
y'all are
that's
passing?
fucking
triggered by
males
the numbers.
assholes and you wonder why
Who's
you guys have
Nobody's
passing?
triggered by the
Who's
numbers.
passing
No,
STDs to black women? Dusty.
You know,
Who's doing it?
I'm getting
supposedly
ready to
you're divested, but all you do is
have a
talk
good
about black.
night. Have a good
No, we
night.
talk about
I had
protecting
to
black
remove him
women
because
He's
we're all talking
delusional.
again. So I'm gonna go ahead and take him
from
from up
black
here.
men.
Hey,
He's
So
DZ.
delusional.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and read, and then I'm headed to the Discord because
I,
he has literally got y'all talking over each other, and he's really not worth it. He's
hey,
not worth it. Worth
DZ.
the fuck. Yes.
I was actually going to ask Morpheus. He was talking about the whole like white supremacy and not letting black men build or whatever. I was gonna say, like during the riots and stuff, whenever those motherfuckers were destroying small businesses, which a lot of them were black owned, mostly by women, but some black males, they were the ones fucking it up at the same time too.
We already
it's
know that they're a problem. It was like listening to a toddler up here. It literally was just for smoke night. If you're trying to get information out of this motherfucker, good luck. Good luck. If you're trying to get truth out of this motherfucker, good
It's like
luck.
arguing with a brick
Yeah.
wall.
He was triggered, upset, delusional.
He's
like,
worried about where you're
Angry.
opening your pink
Yeah.
cookie at. That's where he's worried
Yeah.
about. That's all he's worried about. All right.
The only redeemable trait he had for black men was their dicks.
Correct.
That's not
That's
even
it.
redeemable because it's full of disease. So that's not even redeemable.
A fucking Dusty.
Would you
like,
fuck him raw?
Hell
No.
no.
So it ain't
No.
redeemable, baby.
I'll
Did you
fucking
hear
run.
how broke he was?
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, not even $2, but wanted to do the most.
Talk
Okay,
about next time. His broke ass.
maybe next
And
time.
he's fixated on black women dating. It's dick dating. And it's like, dude, divesting is not about just dating white men. It's putting yourself first, like you said, DZ. Like, what is he talking about?
I told
Fucking
that dumb
delusional.
fuck that. I told him that, but
Fucking
it's like talking to
delusional.
a child. It's like
You,
talking to a child.
You know,
Can
every
y'all
time
He
can y'all
couldn't put
put
it
some sage?
together.
every
Can
time
you?
he comes up, he
Hey
tries to
y'all, is my mic working? Oh, okay. Just making sure my motherfucking mic is working. Shit. Can
It's
y'all
so
put some
funny.
sage up in the chat? Okay. Throw some sage up in the chat for me real quick. And then we're gonna go to the goddamn Discord. Y'all are too goddamn funny. Y'all have been exposed again for the dumb sons of bitches that you are. Y'all, I don't know what you guys take for headaches, but whatever you take for headaches, before you go to the Discord, just go ahead and take that. Get you a glass of wine and just take a breath. I swear to y'all, every time I hear their voice, it makes my skin rough. It's just like listening to somebody that has a traumatic brain injury, that's from another planet, that wants to make shit up, that wants to talk about sex 24 fucking 7. If your husband hitting it right, boy, bye. Hit the goddamn super chat right first before anybody sit up and try to listen to your opinion. And then I'll still won't respect your opinion. And don't send no goddamn blue one either with your broke dusty ass. See, this is the thing. He has his notifications on and he is subscribed. Y'all have these people triggered as fuck. I told y'all that in the Discord before. They are triggered. The fact that you lay down and enjoy being with the people that have beat him to death bothers him. Do you hear me? Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing, no matter what they say. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't want to be one of the stats. I forbid you to be one of the stats. Especially with him, he can't form a coherent sentence. Neither one of them were able to stay on task. They can't focus. Something's fucking wrong with them. They don't like the all lives matter crowd. Soon as somebody say something about black men, here they come with the all men shit. They're hypocritical, they ugly, and they full of shit. Point blank, goddamn period. I'm getting ready to go to Discord. Y'all, meet me over there.